business day after they bond out, especially on a case like this. He gets out on the 6th, we're now the 18th, and he's here set for today. How's that possible?
Is that Jones?
Jones, yeah. Has he checked in? Caleb Jones?
Huh? He's checked in, but he's gone outside.
Did you need
So
my
let's, huh?
Did you need that?
No, I'm good. Let me just wait till council gets here and then we'll
I
talk.
guess, I mean, depending what happens either way, we could get him back on supervision. This way, at least it's active supervised. But Judge, what I'm saying is if.
I'm sending him, we'll send him for a drug test right now is what I'm gonna do.
If he gets revoked, want the conditions to continue, then we should go ahead and do it more that same day.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will,
Nevertheless, but-
we'll get him to sign it and then we'll
Yeah.
take the.
Okay. Come up, sir. Take a seat for me in the jury box. Or you know what? No. Felicia, send him for a test, please. Rand, do you have an arraignment?
Judge, we're waiting for an interpreter, even though
What's the big objection? You're doing it, I've been chose. She speaks Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, let's wait for,
Okay,
yeah, usually they come here pretty quick. As soon as they get here, we'll do it.
thank you.
Sure,
Okay.
of course. Vic, you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Let's go.
All right, Judge, first one is page 11, Depas. Isaiah, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Depas. So you're charged with assault causing bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
On March 10th, 2025, at approximately 12:18 p.m., a school resource officer responded to a security officer needing assistance in LaPorte High School. Upon arrival, the defendant was placed in the security resources office after a physical altercation. The defendant stated he was upset with the complainant because the complainant had mistreated his sister in the past. The defendant confronted the complainant and struck the complainant with a closed fist on his face. The defendant was observed on school CCTV walking up to the complainant and punching him with a closed fist, and shortly after, the complainant fell to the ground. The complainant did not show signs of confrontation towards the defendant. The complainant was observed with multiple lacerations on his lower lip and a missing tooth from being struck in the face. The complainant was also observed with a swollen jaw and bleeding from his mouth, and the complainant felt pain. I have spoken to the family of the complainant. He's had to have his jaw wired shut. His jaw was broken on both sides of his face.
Serious bodily injury?
I don't believe that would rise to the level of serious bodily injury because it's not permanent disfigurement, because he will heal eventually, but it will take 6 to 9 weeks.
Mr. Depas, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're smoking weed, if I find that you're using alcohol, I will put you in jail. You will get your degree with me. Do you understand? You are now not to go back to LaPorte High School. I'm ordering you not to go back. I don't want this person to live in fear, so you're not to go back there. Do you understand?
Yes,
If
sir.
I find that you become a danger to my community, I only have one place for you.
Yes, sir.
You're not to be in possession of weapons as well. You were what, 17?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will provide you a lawyer today. I'm sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is going to be in your system. You have to take a test and you're to come back, and then I'll have you speak to a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
If you don't go take the test, if you don't come back, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, sir.
I find that you're a problem. You got out of jail because we gave you a free bond. You're not going to get another one if you're a danger to my community.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand?
I'm not causing.
Okay,
And Judge, did you say no contact with the complaining witness?
Correct.
Okay.
but don't worry, don't file anything because I'm going to have him supervised.
Okay.
All right, so just reach out to the MAC for him, please, and then I'm going to send him for a test right now.
Okay. All right, go ahead and sign. Next judge is page, sorry, what did you say? 15, Ibarra, come on up.
That's awful. That sucks. What page?
Ibarra is on page 15.
Got it. Good morning, Mr. Ibarra.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Judge, this is a under 21 UCW. I can still read you the facts if you would like. Okay. On March 3rd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a shooting. The officer found the defendant in a back alleyway with a gunshot wound to his leg. The defendant had a mesh backpack in his possession at the time and was able to see that there was a black handgun inside. The caliber of the handgun matched shell casings located on the ground next to the defendant. The defendant stated that he shot the gun in self-defense at 3 black males who shot at him. Those suspects fled the scene after officers' arrival. The defendant was transported to Ben Taub Hospital where the defendant was being treated for the gunshot wound to his left femur. The defendant admitted to being in the 114th Street Bounty Hunters gang and is 18 years old.
Okay, so was it really did he shoot himself or do we know that someone else shot?
We do not know. We
So-
know that the casings on scene match the caliber of the handgun that he had, but we don't know if he had shot himself and he stated he was being shot at by other people as well. So it's unclear.
So the only allegation is that he's underage, essentially. Okay. Mr. Ibarra, I'm going to find that there's no probable cause to go forward in your case. You need to be very careful. You get but one life. You know, God forbid something happens where you have a gun and you use it, and then you end up getting charged with something. You've gotten shot in the leg now. I mean, luckily it's not somewhere else. It could be life ending. When you hang with dogs or when you're bad places in the middle of the night, really, do something with your life. Get into school, graduate, get some knowledge. So take a seat with me, please.
Judge, for Mr. Depas, it was no contract.
Yeah, no contact, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. And then random VAs.
Yes, Judge.
Oh,
Back to.
Rand, you ready? You have your chance. I'm sorry.
And it was also no going back to LaPorte.
Right.
Right, Judge,
I do.
page 23.
Lenny, I always need you.
Reyes.
Rand. How are you? Great, how are you? Judge looks very festive today.
So this is an FSGI, am I right?
Yes, sir. Hola, yo te voy a interpretar, ¿ok?
Good morning, Ms. Reyes.
Díaz, señora Reyes.
Good morning.
Ms. Reyes, you're charged with failure to stop and give information. Essentially leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information.
Escena de un accidente sin intercambiar la información que necesitabas hacer.
We're facing up to 180 days in jail
180 días en la cárcel por
and or a $2,000
una
fine.
multa que no sobrepase $2,000.
We are going to do probable cause.
Soldados,
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
contra usted.
I insist she stays silent.
Y tu abogado insiste que se quede callada.
Just please go slow.
Yes, Your Honor. On March
El
10th,
10 de marzo
2025,
del 2025,
officers were
los
dispatched to
oficiales
Safer
fueron
Street
a
and
una calle Safer
Princess Street in reference to an
Street.
FSGI.
bajo una referencia de faltar y dar información.
The officers were
Los
advised that a white Charger left
oficiales
the scene
dijeron que
following
un
an
White Charger
accident
se fue de la escena después de un accidente
and was last seen
y
going
lo
southbound
vieron
on Shaver
y iba
Street.
en camino al sur en la calle Shaver.
The complainant stated that she
quejante
was
dijo
traveling when a
que ella
white
estaba
Dodge
manejando
made a
cuando un
unsafe lane
Dodge
change
Cambió de carril, pero sin
and collided with her.
y chocó contra ella.
The complainant
El
showed
quejante
officer a
dijo,
picture of the
Él
suspect
tomó
vehicle,
una foto del vehículo y le enseñó al oficial
showed the license
y
plate,
tenía la
and
placa
damage to the vehicle
y
on
el
the back
daño al
left
vehículo.
portion. The complainant
El
estimated that the
quejante
damage was
dijo que él
around $1,000.
está estimando que costó como $1,000 en reparación.
Officers ran the
Y los
vehicle and
oficiales
found the registered
vieron la
owner to
placa
be
y
Juan Maneno.
encontraron que el dueño era Juan Meneno.
The officer located the vehicle at the apartment complex
Encontraron
that the
el
vehicle was
vehículo
registered
en
to.
los apartamentos a donde estaba registrado
The officer met with
y
Juan
el
and his
oficial
wife, who is
habló
the
con Juan y
defendant.
la esposa que es el acusado.
Juan advised the officers that the
Y Juan
defendant
le
had been
dijo
driving the
que el
vehicle all
acusado
day,
estaba
and that
manejando todo el día el
and
vehículo
that the only damage to the
que
vehicle should have been on the
daño
front bumper from a
que
previous
tenía el
incident,
vehículo
and
era
nothing
en la
else.
parte de frente de un accidente previo.
The defendant
Y
advised
el
officers
acusado
that she was
le
driving the
dijo,
vehicle and had
ella estaba
recently
manejando
gotten back from a Walmart,
el vehículo y había regresado
which
de
is around
Walmart
700
como
feet from
como
where the incident
700
occurred.
pies de a donde ocurrió el
She denied hitting
incidente
anybody.
y ella negó pegarle a cualquier persona. Negó que
Your Honor, so based on the
y
information,
basándome en la
the
información dice
car was registered to his wife.
So, how do we know who's
And
driving
the
it?
complaint,
y
the
cómo sabe quién
Juan
estaba
stated that
manejando.
he was the one driving and she admitted to being in that location at the time.
She denied hitting, right? Do we have any kind of evidence that puts her at the scene that she's the one that causes the accident?
Que ella estaba ahí y causó el accidente. Go ahead.
That she was the one, within 700 feet of the accident and that she had
Estaba
access to the vehicle, Your Honor.
tenía acceso al vehículo y estaba a 700
And this
pies
vehicle was the one that was in the
del lugar.
accident.
Y ese fue el vehículo que estaba en el accidente.
Did you say that the husband said that she was driving it?
She was
Que
driving
el
it all day. Your
esposo
Honor.
dijo que estaba manejando.
statement.
Dice que sí.
Do you want to add anything? Did you want to say anything?
No, well,
Yeah,
two
yeah,
things,
yeah.
Judge. Number
Dice
one, there
dos.
was no evidence that
No hay
she was,
evidencia.
as you mentioned, there was no evidence that she was
Que ella
driving the
estaba
vehicle. And just because she had the vehicle all day does
Solo
not mean she
dice
was
porque
driving
tenía
it.
el vehículo ese día.
For example,
No
when I'm sure my
significa
daughter's
que estaba
home,
manejando.
I'm sure,
Porque cuando,
and she's
por
using one of our
ejemplo,
vehicles, I'm sure that
mi hija
her
está
lunkhead
usando,
boyfriend is probably driving it the
el
majority of the
vehículo
time.
puede ser que
Additionally,
ni
this
el novio de
vehicle
mi hija
is
estaba
insured.
manejando. Ahora el vehículo
There's
está-
never been
tiene
any
su- está
report of
asegurado.
anyone,
Y no
but
hay ningún
people had
reporte.
consent to drive it, driving it. That defense is not going to be erased, so this is
Y
an
eso-
insured incident.
It's just,
Es un incidente
you got A, you got C, but you don't have B. I mean, I just don't think that,
A ver,
officer could have gone to Walmart, pull video, see her coming out, other
pueden ir a Walmart a ver si
cameras anywhere else. I don't know, but I just,
no hay
I
prueba.
don't think there's enough.
Okay.
You know?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause in your case,
Va a
man.
encontrar que hay motivos fundados para mantenerte.
Please be careful when you're driving.
Ten cuidado con
If you're going to drive, do not drive unless you have a valid license
no manejes
and liability insurance in your name.
y seguro.
Do you understand?
¿Entendido?
Okay, all right.
And she does for the court's edification.
Thanks, Jen.
Always great seeing you, and I apologize on the record for calling it my future son-in-law's a lunkhead, in case that goes anywhere. I forgot it's being videoed. All right, take care.
Depas.
I keep forgetting.
All right, Judge, the next one is page 15, Jacobs, come on up.
I'll wait for obvious ideas and if they don't follow.
Hey,
It has. I don't play down here anymore.
I don't blame
They play me in the felony court, so.
Yes, sir.
you. So you were retained on this case, correct? Have you filed an attorney of record yet?
Yeah, I did that this morning.
Are you Ms. Jacobs?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you're charged of failure to comply. I guess striking an unattended vehicle. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On February 27, 2025, an officer responded to an FSGI call in the HEB parking lot in Houston, Harris County, Texas. The complainant reported that while shopping, her vehicle was backed into by an unknown individual who did not stop. When she returned to her vehicle, a note was left with a license plate number, a witness's phone number, and a statement about the incident. The witness confirmed seeing a vehicle back into the complainant's vehicle and drive off. The witness gave a description of the defendant and her vehicle. On March 4th, 2025, an officer met with the loss prevention manager at HEB and was shown surveillance video from the parking lot, which showed the defendant driving over a curb and parking her vehicle. The defendant did shopping in the store and got back in her vehicle. The defendant began to reverse into the complainant's vehicle. The defendant paused briefly before driving off and exiting the parking lot. Surveillance video clearly showed the defendant as well as the defendant's vehicle's license plate. The officer confirmed the license plate was registered to the vehicle and the registered owner was the defendant. The officer compared the driver's license photo with the surveillance images and positively identified the defendant. The officer called the defendant and the defendant acknowledged he rubbed another car with her bumper. The complainant provided photographs of the damage to her car along with an estimate that the total cost of repair would be $3,009.23.
Okay. Ms. Jacobs, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Can you run her license, please? See if she has a valid license.
Yes, Judge.
I'm ordering you not to drive any vehicle unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. That's the only condition I'm putting on you at this time. Do not pick up any new cases. If you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, man?
Driver's license is all.
Okay, so we're just going to craft bond conditions for you not to drive without without insurance as well. We'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with him, and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get hold of you because you've gone AWOL, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. All right? We'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the juror box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. All right? Thank you, guys.
Right this way. All right, Judge, we have a Spanish arraignment. Page 18, Macias, come on up. Counsel out.
Do you mind filing those?
Yes, Judge.
That's what didn't happen in the first case. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yo te voy a traducir enfrente del juez, ¿ok?
Gracias.
Este no es el momento de pelear el caso, solo escucha lo que te van a decir. Te van a leer tus derechos y cosas así.
Morning, Mr. Macias.
Buenos días, señor
Sir, you are
Macías.
charged with assault, bodily injury.
Daño
You're
corporal.
facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent.
Culpados.
Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Quiet.
You have the right to have an attorney present.
El derecho de tener un abogado presente.
If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Van a asignar un abogado oficio.
On March 10th,
El 10 de marzo del
2025,
2025,
at approximately 5:03
aproximadamente
p.m.,
5:03 de la
an
tarde,
officer
un
was
oficial
dispatched to
lo
a
llamaron
disturbance
a una
unknown weapon
casa
call
con una
at a
llamada de
residence
que tiene una
in
arma
Harris County,
aquí
Texas.
en una residencia en el condado de Harris.
The officer made
El
contact
oficial hizo
with the
contacto
defendant
con el acusado, usted,
and complainant
y el quejante
on the sidewalk of
ahí
the
en la
residence.
acera de la residencia.
The officer
El oficial
observed the
observó
call was related
Que la llamada
to
era
a previous
relacionado a otra llamada
on
previa
March 6th,
del 6 de marzo
2025.
del 2025 que estaba
The defendant stated
El
his right
acusado
hand
dijo
was
que la mano
injured
derecha le hicieron
approximately 3
daño
days ago
hace como 3 días
because he fought with the
porque había
complainant
peleado con el
who
quejante
beat up the defendant
que
and that he was
había
sitting
dado
outside
golpes
playing
y
guitar.
estaba afuera
on the day of the
tocando
incident.
guitarra el día que ocurrió el
The
incidente.
complainant became upset
quejante
because he
se
did not
enojó.
like the noise and that
porque
the
no
complainant
tenía, no le gustó el
complains
ruido
about music all the time.
y él siempre está
And-
quejándose sobre la música siempre.
And that the complainant caught him
Y
at a bad
antes
time
lo agarró un tiempo que estaba
because he
tomando
was
unos
drinking
rollos, porque
alcohol
estaba tomando
and was
alcohol
angry.
y estaba enojado.
The defendant stated he was tired
El
of the
acusado
complainant
dijo
constantly
que
bothering
estaba
him,
cansado de que él siempre se está molestando
that the complainant deserved to get beat up,
y le merecía que le,
and if
que le dieran una
officers
paliza.
released
Y
him,
los oficiales
he would
lo
show
dejaran
them what he
ir
could do
y
by
le iba a
assaulting
enseñar
the complainant
qué ibas a
again.
hacer por agredirle otra vez.
The defendant stated he did
El
nothing wrong.
acusado dijo que no hizo nada mal.
The complainant stated that
Que
on March
antes
6,
dijo que el 6 de
2025,
marzo del
he was
2025
assaulted by
lo
multiple
agredió
males.
varios hombres.
He was taking out
Le
the
estaba
laundry when
sacando
the
su ropa
suspect started
sucia.
calling him
Cuando el sospechoso
racial
empezó a llamar
slurs,
a un montón de
assaulted
palabras
him,
raciales y le
and dropped him
agredió
to the ground.
y le tiró al piso.
The complainant stated the suspect
El
punched him
quejanto
on the
dijo
right
que
side
el
of his face
sospechoso le pegó
with
en
a
la cara
clenched
derecha
fist, causing
de la
pain.
cara con un puño,
He
causándole dolor
sustained
y
an
le
injury
dio
to his right knee
un-
and right
una
hand,
lesión en la rodilla derecha y la mano derecha.
and left side of his torso was
Y en el
hurt
lado
as he
izquierdo del
believed he was
torso,
kicked.
pues parece que él cree que le habían dado una patada.
On March 10th,
El 10 de
2025,
marzo
the complainant
del
stated
2025,
one of the suspects
antes dijo
who attacked
que uno de
him
los sospechosos que le habían
on March 6th,
atacado el 6 de
2025
marzo de 2025
was at the location
le
and
apuntó
stated he
al
had to go to the hospital
acusado
due
y
to
le dijo que
injuries.
tenía que haber ido
Did he
al hospital.
identify him?
The defendant was
Lo
identified with
Lo
his Mexican
identificó
voter ID card.
con
Yes, the
tarjeta de
complainant
votar
pointed at the
mexicana.
defendant, stating he was the
Él lo
one who attacked him
apuntó
on
al
March.
acusado y dijo que él fue quien la atacó.
Mr. Macias, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your
Yeah.
case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness,
Que no tengas ningún
not to be in possession of weapons, not to go within 200 feet of where he lives or where he works.
vive o trabaja.
I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission
Si no
and you
estás
go to jail and immigration finds you because they sweep it daily, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with. And then you get shipped off to immigration. Well, you'll sit for another 6 to 9 months. I do not want that to
6 o
happen
9 meses,
and don't
es que eso
become a danger to my community. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care who bothers you. If I find that you pick up another case, you become a danger.
Otro
It's
caso,
not going to go
el
well for you.
peligro a esta comunidad no te va a ir bien.
You understand?
¿Entendido? Sí. Yes.
Do you have a lawyer today?
¿Tienes un abogado hoy?
No lo tengo.
No, sir. No te
I
no hay
ability to
abogado.
hire a lawyer.
¿Tienes la capacidad de contratar un abogado?
De momento estoy fracturado, no.
At this moment, I have a fracture.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
¿Tienes el dinero para contratar un
De
abogado?
momento no.
At this moment, no.
I'll have you fill out an application. I'll see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you. I need to know how much money you have in the bank,
Todo.
what you have money coming in, what kind of property you have, and then I'll take a look. We will create bond conditions for you.
Pues va.
Did you say that alcohol was a factor in this?
Yes, Judge, the defendant
Preguntó si
stated
había
he
alcohol en
was
este
angry
caso.
because he
Dice que
was
sí,
drinking that
porque
day.
estabas enojado ese día, porque estabas
I'm
tomando
also
ese día.
not to
Pero
consume
también
alcohol,
te voy a
illegal
ordenar
drugs.
que no tomes
Test you. Mr. Macias, if I find that you're consuming alcohol, likewise, I will put you in jail.
Encuentro que estás tomando
Do you
alcohol
understand?
en la cárcel, ¿entendió? Sí. Yes.
I will, Deputy Miranda is going to give an application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. You'll get with police you for your bond conditions, and then we'll have you take a seat with
Y
your
vamos a ver
boss.
si te vamos a dar un abogado de cuánto quieres de fianza. Pase allá.
Don't worry about filing conditions because
All right, Judge, next is page 24. Reynolds, come on up.
Said Reynolds, right?
Yes, Judge, page 24.
Thanks. All right, good morning, Mr. Reynolds. Sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 10th, 2025, officers were patrolling the area of the 13,500th block of Beechnut Street, Harris County, Texas. And they observed a white Hyundai Kona with an aluminum pole
Please.
stuck to its hood due to a recent crash. A traffic stop.
What?
A aluminum pole stuck to its hood.
An aluminum pole stuck to the hood of a car.
Yes, Judge.
That's the basis for the stop.
Yes.
Okay.
This is word for word what when I observed a white Hyundai Kona with aluminum pole stuck to its hood, comma, recent crash. I then got behind the vehicle and yeah, finished it. Yep.
Yeah, keep going, please.
Okay. I'll just repeat this. I went back and got behind the vehicle. Behind the vehicle, the officer started speaking with the defendant who admitted to being driving and that he had crashed. The defendant told me that someone swerved into his lane and crashed into the pole. The defendant stated that he already called his record and that he was good to go. The defendant did not show any intentions of going back to the original scene and gave his information. While the officer was talking with the defendant, a security officer told the client that some people flagged him down the street saying that the defendant crashed into multiple parked vehicles and drove off. The officer detained the defendant and went back to the original scene, which was a quarter mile from where the officer found the defendant.
Now that adds to it. I mean, that's certainly.
The officer spoke with a witness who stated that he was by the front of the apartment when he saw the white vehicle losing control, crash into a pole, and kept on driving while hitting another two vehicles. The witness stated that he was going around 60 to 70 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour speed limit zone. This confirmed how the aluminum light pole got stuck to his hood. The witness stated that he did not see anybody else around the vehicle before the incident. The officer spoke with one of the owners of the vehicles that was struck, and she stated that it will be around $200 to fix her vehicle and wants to pursue charges. The complainant of the other pickup vehicle had damages to the back right part of that vehicle, and the complainant stated that the defendant crashed into her vehicle and left without providing information. The defendant left the scene without, okay. At this point, they called intake, and then they completed an inventory search of the defendant's vehicle and located a black backpack with 7.4 grams of marijuana, multiple clear plastic bags, and scale.
Is he under arrest? I mean, if he's
Yeah,
under
so
arrest,
they
then,
called,
but I didn't hear that he's under arrest or anything. They just up and go start searching?
they did say that the officer called DA intake and spoke with an EDA who accepted charges of the FSGI. And then it states there was an inventory search conducted.
Okay, so they did arrest him but what happened? Because is there an FSGI charge?
We're gonna be honest, Your Honor, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I'm working on it right now. If there's FSGI, right now I'm working on the complainants. We'll get things worked out that way.
I mean, I don't
Right now, we do
understand.
not have an FSGI charge at this very second.
Did they accept it or did they not accept?
Based on the DIM statement, it says that we accept the charges. So I am trying to see why there's not a charge, but it's not something that I know.
What a weird day so far.
Your Honor.
Can I say something? Your Honor?
No, don't. Now's not the time. I'm gonna give you a lawyer and you can tell your side to the lawyer, but
I think it was
a glitch in our internet system, so they can find marijuana, but they just wherever, yeah, that's challenge.
Is it going to go through? Do you know?
I need to look into our system, our to figure out why it didn't, if portions of water.
So I'll give you, I guess, let's do this. I'm gonna appoint a lawyer today and I'm gonna find probable cause for the moment, but I want to revisit it within the next couple of days to see what is going on. And then, all right, so I am gonna find probable cause for now, Mr. Reynolds. Can you look to see if he has a license, please?
Yes,
Run his
Judge.
license. How old are you, Mr. Reynolds?
I'm 26, sir.
His driver's license is not eligible, Your Honor.
You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you need groceries. I don't care if you need this, that. If you don't have a license and liability insurance, you're not allowed to drive. No, I will give you a lawyer today. You can say your side to the lawyer, but if you don't have a license and car insurance, you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That is a condition of your bond. If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, and no more PR bonds for you. So what I can have you do is I'm going to have Deputy Miranda give you an application. I'm going to have you fill it out. I'll have you talk to a lawyer today. But unless you, I guess let's do that. I'll have you talk to the lawyer and then we can revisit the situation after you talk to the lawyer. Please.
Thank you, sir.
So you want me to roll?
I'm still waiting on that.
Let's go.
Can you hold? I think it's here.
Before reset?
Hey, Vic, no more?
Got two waiting on the series. No, I understand. Defense counsel, is the defense counsel or the even you?
Defendant's here, yeah.
Discovery complete. Hector, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, his email was bouncing
Maybe
back.
he'll
His
send someone
email,
else.
no, his email was bouncing back. I spoke to Dustin yesterday. He's coming.
Oh, okay.
Ms. Strong.
Morning, Judge. Can you hear me?
Right, anybody else?
Good morning, Judge. Can you hear me, Judge?
Discovery complete. Actually, did you want the same date, 26?
I see what you sent, the note. Is that what you're
Yes.
approaching on?
Yes, can you hear me?
Deputy Miranda, can you hit the button on soundbar? I don't think it's, please. There should be a power button. All right, say something.
Can you hear me?
Now we can. Thank you so much.
Okay, great, Judge. Okay, so I have Mr. Jose Borrego on docket today. Initially, his appearance was waived. However, there was a bond violation report and he was supposed to show up today because of that, or you're going to revoke his bond. However, because of the last minute change, he was unable to obtain child care. Also, because that violation of him failing to appear for that drug test on February 18th, he was extremely ill. I put a doctor's note in the chat. He was ill, so he went to the doctor the next day on the 19th. He also told me that he contacted pretrial services to let them know that he was ill and unable to make the drug test and for it to be rescheduled. He said he never got a call back for that to be rescheduled, but he says if you don't revoke his bond, he will show up tomorrow. He has obtained child care. He will show up tomorrow, submit to any drug test you need, and we
All right,
can go from
I'll
there.
roll to tomorrow, Ms. Strong.
He'll be there. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Elizabeth Grego,
Yes.
Okay,
All right. Thank you, Judge. See you.
yes, ma'am. Ready?
Judge.
Hey.
I have a plea, Judge.
You ready?
Yes, Judge. Felipe Alvarado.
Mr. Alvarado, come up. Hi there. Hey. Hey, the lady from yesterday, is she up here?
Sí, señor, no, señor.
Mr. Alvarado, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You
Checado.
were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you have done.
Chistes.
You need to understand that this charge will go on your record after today, and it will be there for the rest of your life.
Está por el resto de tu vida.
From now on, you will be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. So no more slaps on the wrist, as it were.
O sea, más o menos te vas a-
You get pulled over from now on, and you have the slightest smell of alcohol in your breath, an officer sees this DWI. It's probably not going to go well for you.
Fíjate que no va a estar bien, compadre.
Do you understand?
Yes, yes, sir.
Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration
Entonces, el
consequences. You can be
americano, cuando
deported,
se puede de migración,
excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law.
que puede
You
ser
give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
lo que tienes que hacer, es lo que quieres hacer tú. Yo digo que soy culpable. Soy culpable. I am guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. The other thing is that there is a $3,000 surcharge that tacks onto your license and onto you when you pick up a case like this. I will waive it today. But if you continue to endanger our community, the next time a second offense, it's a $6,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. So get a clue. From now on, if you want to have 32 beers, 52 shots, take an Uber. It's not hard. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte.
Gracias. No, he'll pay for this.
So he's gonna.
Sir, take a seat, please. So let's clear for one. It's okay. Let it release another court. Get on the list. And the next one. Okay, that's okay. Hey, Vic, who was the Jillian's client yesterday? Taylor, right?
Taylor?
Is she check in here?
No.
What happened?
She, I guess, has it out of process. You landed her yesterday.
Is it possible to get her, you think?
It's already, it's almost turned, I doubt it.
No, I want to see if I can get her. Are you able to see Deputy Mariner where she is in processing?
I'm looking for where she's at, but on that, depending, normally when they're finding, if I have it, there's a mail, have a doctor, medical.
Yes, yeah, this is.
Cause I broke the fact that last time we tried to get where it was, yeah, we called all the way over there, so we check where they're at.
Yeah, do you mind seeing?
All right. All right. 255. Judge.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you, she's for Jacobs.
I signed it. Thought I signed it. Yeah, I signed
Nicole
it.
Jacobs. Come on up.
Hey, Brent, you ready?
Got a little curveball.
Okay, sure.
Mr. Gardunio, we had talked about a time served. I gave him the speech about keeping his record clean and how I didn't think it was the best route to go. He'd like to do it deferred.
I'm okay with that. Most certainly, I mean,
So Judge, what I would do is then.
Are you okay with it?
I'll just add a class B.
oh, it's a second.
No, it's a class A, but I don't think class A is, I don't think they're allowed to give, the court wouldn't be allowed to.
Oh, I see. You know, I don't.
I don't
Let's
remember
look.
when I was, but I apparently, I just, if, that's what I heard.
I'm okay.
I know record wise, Judge, if it's a class B, less than a 0.15,
No.
it's something he could potentially take off his record.
Yeah, I think there's several things at play, interlock-wise as well.
Sure.
So.
And he's willing to do the interlock. I respect him for wanting to, not have a
Sure,
conviction.
and Brent, I'm always okay with that. I'm never want to stand in the way of something.
Sure. I'm sorry that I promised the court a time served and now it's,
I don't,
okay,
I mean,
okay,
that's not big. What's the last name?
Gardunio, Garduno.
And Judge, that's not.
You want to do without an agreement? Yeah, you want to do this, okay.
You want me to pull right?
Listen,
Whatever the clerk, whatever we need to do to change
Because
it.
they're involved in service, so I have to.
no, you have to, hey, I need you to redo it though, because it's written up as a time served, so.
Yeah.
No, we can't. Yeah, just kick it.
Okay.
I've got it.
Awesome. Thank you, Judge. I'm gonna jump out your way.
Judge, how are you?
Hey,
I have Robert Turner.
okay,
28.
Blaze and I have talked. He needs to check with his chief on one last mitigation thing. I have the mitigation materials all for my client. I just need to do my cover letter and then we're gonna get guidance on mitigating this.
it's 205 days, so it's up there.
That should be good. I have an oral surgery procedure this afternoon that I'm told is gonna cut me out for a little while, but I'm like, I'll be back
How
tomorrow.
long,
So
I mean, How long do you?
If we could have it towards the end of next week, that should be fine, like
Sure.
Thursday. Okay, that works. Assuming there's room, but that works for me.
Yeah, just any day but Friday.
Of course, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay,
Thanks, sir.
whatever you want.
Thursday, the 22nd. Required appearance because of age. More time for mitigation, is that what it is?
Basically. You gotta check with the video.
Okay.
Raise your right.
Taking the sign of
Is your name
defense
Timothy
because
Reynolds?
we're going
You
from
solemnly swear
wage
affirm
to
that all
required
information on this
appearance.
document is true, correct, the best of your
Yeah.
knowledge, and that this is your signature right here.
Blaze, you're right.
They get it all in. Somebody come in.
Or if you just know, and you can email me, I got approved, and first thing in the morning, you can send them for 2 hours.
Do you want me to pull the motion for continuing pending for now, Judge?
No, you can just leave it in.
All right, got it. Did you need a copy?
Well.
Yeah. All right. Then what else? Got it? I'll.
Slowly.
Yeah, just email me.
Council, what was that? What was that?
Judge, did you want the results on?
Not yet. Let's wait for the lawyer again.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. Yep. We can always appeal. Council can always zoom on, but to defend it, and will require that to be. Yes.
See you next time. Good. How are you?
Jeffrey, how are you, man?
No problem. Just want to say hi.
Who is Dave?
Good this work.
Hey, how's it going?
First day, so it's going.
First day, ah. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna do well, don't worry. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's been fun so far. So.
The best part is, you don't wanna work, don't work.
Yeah, I'm going home after this, so.
That's right. That's, but again, then again, if you're not killing it,
No. Yeah,
so,
it has consequences.
yeah. Good luck, friend.
Good to see you.
You too.
Sorry. No.
I'll see you. I'll see you.
The last thing I order on is the lab. It is still. I think it has. Based off
Hi. Ms. Perkins.
Oh, sorry, Judge. Good
Hi.
morning. How are you?
Good morning. What's up with you?
Yes, sir. I have Mr. Allen on docket today.
Say Alan?
Yes, sir. Christopher Allen.
Oh, come on.
Do you see Chris? Yeah. Oh, I see. Here we go. Okay, tell me what's going on.
Yes, sir. So I just spoke with Mackenzie today. She has made recommendations that the chief will need to review in order for a possible dismissal. Can we get like a 1 or 2 week reset in order for the chief to review and to see if we need to set for trial or not, or if they will dismiss?
Everything's in?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, I'll give you till it's 640 days old. So I'll give you till Monday. Okay, is
Yeah,
that enough?
yeah, that's.
Okay, I'll get till Monday and then he's got to be here as well. His plea or trial on that day, okay?
Okay, yes, Judge.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
May I be excused?
Sorry?
May I be excused?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thanks.
sir. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I like that.
Miss Lynch on docket today. I think her cancels waived. However, the case manager did reach out to me and let me know that we swapped her over from the portable device to the ignition interlock due to her getting a car, I believe. But she hasn't been driving a car, so we just want to let you know we haven't been able to monitor any type of.
What's the last name?
Emma Lynch.
Is your doctor?
Yes. More stuff on there. They're waiting on dogs. I also asked for. Okay, what was it? They haven't.
Yeah, I don't want to just, I don't want to lose you guys, especially with the jury. She'll be out of process for tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, don't worry about that. I don't want to lose you guys. Okay.
You want to stop with the CLO? Okay.
I'm not trying to work.
I'm trying to see, Brent, about your non-disclosure. Because I know that there's like.
The accident. There's an accident.
Oh, there's an accident.
His insurance already paid me. Sorry.
Well, no, but I mean, for purposes of a non-disclosure, I don't know if you're gonna, let me see. Hold on. Here we go. So there's 6 things, right? The last one, number 6. The attorney representing the state does not present sufficient evidence demonstrating that the offense resulted in a motor vehicle collision involving another person, including a passenger in the vehicle operated by the person seeking the order of non-disclosure. So
Gotcha.
it's not gonna happen.
Would you consider, I know the case is over, but we were going to go the pretrial diversion route.
I don't, what's the one?
It's.
Or what is it?
1 month. So I think.
Didn't we just see one denied, not yesterday or the day before? It was the same thing.
Never applied, Judge.
I know, but didn't we see one yesterday denied that was on the same thing? It was like, it was a 16 and there was an accident, remember?
I do not recall.
I'm sorry.
Have you seen a similar,
ATI, you know, some of the ones that-
Plus, the case is 260 days old, you know, I mean, so. Just advising that it's probably not gonna,
I'm not sure if the DAC was a message to action.
So
I think it might have been like 0.2.
Okay, so here we go.
no, it was definitely under a 0.2.
Was it?
Yeah.
I can check my email actually.
And his insurance already paid the company. I mean, just I can get a mitigation package.
I'm just asking about you guys.
Here, so I was looking, you know, because he's worried about,
The non-disclosure. or whatever.
he's, because of the accident, he's not eligible for a non-disclosure.
So, well, what he would theoretically. We pull it back, Sean. I'll be right back. We'll set it up.
We didn't apply for it. We thought we were gonna do the time served.
So I mean, he would require mitigation. I know we're getting mitigation on, but he was requiring mitigation, because the action.
We had one yesterday though, that was very similar to this one. It was denied. It was like,
Pulling that
I
one
wouldn't
up
say
right
it
now, just trying to
was
see what
16 as
the
well.
facts were.
I mean, take a look, because if it's, an endeavor in futility, then I don't,
The one that was denied yesterday, was, a single vehicle accident, but his BAC was a .247.
Oh, no, it's a different one.
Oh, okay.
It's this one. It was a fatal accident, major accident, excuse me, with a .12 And it looks like on this one, the plan's insurance, it's being covered anything, we weren't really sure.
Oh,
That's
that
supposed to be the
was, you know
denial.
what, that was actually Marcos's case.
Yes, that's the one I was saying.
And I think that we gave him an extra couple of days because
And insurance.
it did. Marcus is saying that it did.
Seeing if we can appeal it for that reason.
Yeah, it was they're working.
Right.
Did have insurance, allegedly. I didn't think so. We set it for like Monday.
I'm trying to remember Brock's case, Your Honor, because that was the second that was denied.
That was another one that was thinking. I mean, we're getting so many denials now. It's like,
So here, he actually got a letter from his insurance company if they paid off.
my issue though, it's that we're set for trial.
Right.
It's 260 days. It's something that like,
And we've talked about some discovery issues that we're having as well with the plans.
if you want to apply, I will give you until Monday to have absolutely everything. It's 260 days. I mean, it's not fair to get like, 'cause
We'll run that. I can get a mitigation back in about. I don't know if I'll get an answer from them by Monday.
I don't know, but I want it at 100% completely in, or he pleads on Monday. But it's 260 days old. I'm not,
I understand it.
and it should have been, so. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Jim.
Oh,
So, Your Honor, in the previous case that was denied, Your Honor, there was a,
is this one a major?
Prior, dismissal, retrial, there was seller arrest.
Well, that's silly. I mean, come on.
And so, but it doesn't appear that.
Is this a major accident or is this
There was, no accident.
Oh, there's a major accident.
Yes, there was.
Oh,
an
this one,
accident.
yes.
Major or minor?
He hit a Metro bus that continued driving, and then the other vehicle that was crushed into had minor damages.
I don't know what you guys consider major, I guess. That's the,
It's always.
Yeah.
I think it's done by what they could call it is on the day of the.
okay. You have until Monday. Like absolutely everything. I mean, down to the letter. I mean, everything notarized, everything, dotted, crossed, just insurance, everything.
Gotcha.
All right.
Thanks for the
You
update.
got it. Yeah.
Albert Brown, it's an arraignment and a motion to sub.
All right, come on. You ready? Bring your client.
Was it first filed today, Council?
Page 6.
Motion to sub, I think we filed it here yesterday. Which had been filed a while ago, wasn't it? It just recently.
I think it makes those kind of.
It's already a cash round.
Yeah. Those were taxes.
I think it's already, Aircon's already.
Okay, just making sure my notes just said motion.
morning.
Albert Brown.
I am.
Okay, you're facing an assault causing bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail.
I don't believe so, Your
I
Honor.
don't
I
think
believe this
that's
is an
me.
interference with
I'm
the
sorry,
public
right,
service.
I'm looking.
Yeah, and that's not.
Yes, you're right. Interference with the duties of a public servant. 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine.
Quiet.
We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On March 11th, 2025, at approximately 1:21 p.m., the officer observed a vehicle speeding at 48 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone, and a temporary tag that came back as expired as of March 3rd, 2025, a traffic stop was initiated. The defendant stopped in the middle of the road and the officer signaled for the defendant to pull over to the nearest parking lot. The defendant opened the driver's side door and attempted to step out. She became hostile and then was yelling and cursing. The defendant was giving commands to walk in front of the officer's patrol vehicle. Since the defendant was not complying with commands to get back inside the vehicle, the defendant then walked partially to the back of their car and the officer detained the defendant and began actively resisting. The defendant was given multiple commands to place their hands behind their back, and the defendant continued to pull away and tense on the officer's attempt to walk them back to the car. The defendant then locked onto the door to prevent the officer from placing handcuffs. The defendant was taken to the ground where they continued to resist. The defendant was tased after giving repetitive commands and not complying. The defendant was then successfully placed into handcuffs, and it was later learned that the defendant had an unloaded firearm in their vehicle and was identified by their Texas driver's license.
Okay, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Can you run the license, please? Make sure it's eligible.
There is no driver's license on file, Your Honor.
Yeah, and I have it eligible. My driver's license is valid.
Unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name, you're not allowed to drive. That's a condition of your bond. That's the only condition I'm going to put on you. Just when you get into a pissing match with someone with power of arrest, who's going to win? Don't say anything as a rhetorical question, but really, people have been shot for far less. You got to be careful in this life. You only get one. You know what I mean? Really?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm not, like I said, the only condition is just drive with a license and insurance. You've got lawyers, so they'll take care of you because you have a lawyer. I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but just stay in touch with them. They'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court.
Yes,
If
sir.
they tell me just hold on. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you, if you take off, you pick up a new case, I am going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Just be nice. It's not hard. All right?
Yes, sir.
I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat while I get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you're free to go.
Break this way.
Can you file that, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you see the difference between the two FGI cases?
I do.
Did you saw it? I know, but I'm saying there's thorough investigations and then there are less than thorough, you know? Hey, Vic, I granted both of these, but before Reynolds takes off, I can get off of him.
Sorry, I didn't put it in. Okay.
Okay, so I tried to read on the same line. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't have that. I recall it.
Mr. D, you ready?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Come on. Is this a true first?
It is, Your Honor, yes.
You are Luis Racinos.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Racinos, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 12 months. As part of this agreement, you will do a DWI education class, a victim in. Okay, no indictment back then, I guess, no? Okay. You will also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. They may assess more conditions, they may assess no other conditions. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill them. No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, and 20 hours of community service. Substance abuse treatment as recommended by the TRAS. These are the conditions for you to successfully complete this probation. If you complete it, regardless, you need to understand that this DWI is going on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, you will be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases you pick up. Because this is going on your record, you get caught in a car driving, cop pulls you over, you have the faintest smell of alcohol, they see this DWI. It's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car because you're taking a huge risk. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it goes on your record. It's going to be there forever. Like I said, you give up this right to appeal. Now, on this probation, no drugs, no alcohol for an entire year. If we find that you're using, if you don't do your community service on time, if you fail to do your class on time, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail and bring you back out, and we're going to have a hearing to determine whether you violated this probation. You're looking at 180 days if you do. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you still want to do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the agreement. Before we leave, can you run his license to see whether he?
Yes, I can do that right now. It is currently suspended for ALR.
Right. That's what I figured. Your license currently is suspended because of the administrative license revocation hearing. You are not allowed to drive. So if you drove here, you may not drive home. Do you understand? So you're going to have to get someone else to drive the car home for you. Because you don't have a license now, we will require you to obtain a portable device that you're going to take with you to prove to us that you're not consuming alcohol while you're on this probation. So let's make it a condition that he get his license back. Now I'm adding on another condition that you need to get your license back. It's not hard. I think all you have to do is just pay a reinstatement fee.
Okay.
That's it. So it's not difficult, but you need to do that. And if you don't, if you start driving on this probation, you don't have a license, you're looking at 180 days. So don't just drive. You need to ensure that your license is valid with DPS. Once you pay that reinstatement fee, it takes 2 to 3 weeks just to get back in. So don't just start driving once you pay it because it's not reflected in the system. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck, bud.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, City. You can wait. Marcos.
How are you, Judge?
Hey, bud. How are you?
Good. I've got a couple cases I need to approach on. First one, Pereira, P-E-R-E-I-R-A. We submitted the PT application. She's done the TRS. She was approved today.
Okay.
So
Give you a couple weeks.
perfect. And then the other one, kind of the same situation, well, similar situation, is Caballero, C-A-B-A-L-L-E-R-O. We submitted the application where I talked to my office actually, which I guess I didn't realize. I didn't realize we needed mitigation, but my office did.
I have here that we've been working on mitigation for the last 3 months. Since December 10th, working on mitigation.
We submitted this morning. It's submitted.
Mitigation packet though?
It's submitted this morning.
Everything.
I do have the note, it's in, they submitted it to Ashley for this guy.
Great. So let's set it off a week.
Like, not
Okay. No, I just wanted to make sure the
No,
mitigation
you're-
packet is in.
Yes.
Okay, Brent. As long as it's in, I'm happy.
It was in
Let's
this morning.
Set it off a week, see if I
Okay.
try to get a response.
Can I waive his appearance, Mr. Caballeros? Okay.
So, no, but hold on. If he's approved, he needs to be here at the next setting so we can send him for a TRAS. Because he's
I
not,
think he's done the TRAS.
Caballero,
Caballero, Caballero.
page 8.
Yes, he's focused.
Yes, he's already done. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Then we'll waive it. That
Okay.
way, you know, if it's approved, then we'll give you like another couple weeks to get the interlock.
Okay, perfect. And then I will have a plea for you on Hernandez Perez.
We're doing a play on that now?
Yes, we just need the interpreter, so not yet. I'll ask Victoria.
Okay.
Okay.
She's calling.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I turned it in. Done, so.
Oh.
Or I have already done that one. March 25.
Those kind of money, yeah, but I think the family. And it must be about one. Bennett, yeah.
So you have to do one day. Yeah, so if he's gonna do concert, tell them it had to be 3 people, because we don't need to hold on. Because technically he was arrested, wanted out the same day, so they only can have 1 day.
Gonzalez.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I did the first one. Yeah. Okay.
Are you still missing the stuff?
We're waiting on video and it's not going to that. I'm watching us off.
Okay. What that means. Okay. It's also processing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to make that we have. Okay.
Or no, good enough.
I do Ferrera, the RP. She was also.
That's where the DA's.
Yeah, at this point. Right now, okay. Okay. Good. I just don't want to. No, that's fine. I get it. Later. Just. Yeah. Yeah, so it's one of me, but like. Okay. Awesome. This is. Yeah. I know you're.
Timothy Reynolds.
It's not. It's also.
That's right.
It's okay. That's things we like. Jen just wants to travel with her. So that's what others say. No, it's going to be process outward as it works. Something and we're going to swear. It's an energy. So other judge, you'll just. Do something. It's one. It's just how he wants to track it and will. So. That's the almost. But go to extra.
Yeah.
Oh, is Amy waiting on him? Oh, sorry.
Oh, and there's bond conditions for Alfred Brown and review.
Got it. Hi. Come on in.
I'm going to ask for a reset and they're suggesting I may need to approach on it.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Of course.
Let me attach to it.
Okay, who are we talking about?
Bennett.
I'll see you're on bond.
I don't know, actually, it's Sonia's case. I emailed for a reset and didn't get it, so I just want to move her 1 week so she can be here.
He is on bond, Judge.
Yeah, I see it now. Is he supposed to be here today? Do you know?
I can see you.
No, it's waived today. Okay, I'll give him a week. The defendant must be here at the next setting.
I'll let her know.
It's 200 days, so do you have an offer?
No, I have not placed an offer on the case yet, Judge, but I will do so.
Please do so. So at the next setting, Mr. Bennett must be here to, accept, or we'll set up a trial. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes. Have all the online.
Oh, you're so new today. March 25. Let me know every time what I said.
This is what you want.
Roberto. Marcos needs you for a plea. Let me call him. Hold on. Do I know you?
I exist. I had a fantastic, first of all, you look like Christmas today.
Thank you.
I had a fantastic spring break, so I'm just like,
Where did you go anywhere? Disney?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
I know what you're thinking.
What?
So, my brother is one of the addiction psychiatrists, he's the addiction psychiatrist at Camp Lejeune.
Oh.
So
Okay. Great.
so I can't really go to Camp Lejeune, but Camp Lejeune's it's North Carolina and it's got a huge base and there's a whole lot of beaches. We didn't go to Outer Banks, but there's just beautiful beaches. Apparently, if you live in the East Coast or like Philly or, up there, when you go.
Beaches what, south?
The North Carolina beaches?
Myrtle Beach is what, South Carolina?
Where? That's South Carolina. That's pretty close though. That's pretty close, but it's like more of a spring break. This was more like adults and families. And it was just so nice, You're like,
Four Seasons too.
Anyway, so it was a lovely time. Do you have a good break or were you working?
No.
Yeah.
One of these years, one of these months I'll go.
Put North Carolina on your list. It's a great place. Okay, Judge, I'm here in Dustin, Eli. I just kind of wanted to check in. His felony is set for May 12th. And the reason being is the blood results. I've been tracking sort of the evidence on that. And
Have we done a TRAS?
I mean, when you say that, do you mean a recent one?
When was the last TRAS that we did?
The last TRS was before he pled and it recommended
Residential?
Satif, and then you wanted Satif and he didn't, and then he got out and then he picked up the stick.
So I want to do that now.
Like a new one?
Our TRAS, it's only good for a year though, right? So when was that? So we have until this October to still use this where SAT. Okay, I want to do that.
You want to do one?
SAT. No.
Oh,
We'll
it's like,
keep
oh.
it because it's saying that he needs residential treatment. He
I know.
obviously needs it.
I'm just checking in with you because it's a farther court date. It's May. And I haven't confirmed with the attorney up there, but based on my understanding of all the discovery I reviewed, it's just they're waiting on the results. And it was a bunch of accidents, so there's some rips and mets.
Okay.
So do you want to wait for those results and then wait till after felony?
I don't want to time out though. So we need to do something so that we don't time out and lose it. So
Established on probation October 15th of last year, so.
I want him to go to SAT. He needs to go to SAT. We can't just, and I have no idea what the felony court, but my fear is that they just up and nothing happens up there. And so that's why I don't want to just kick this because if something, because I don't know what happened in the case upstairs, but if it gets dismissed for one reason or the other, and then we just unsat term him here, then we've really just.
Yes, but can we wait for the blood results so that we have a better idea of what they're thinking, or some rips? Like.
I can't put him in SAT anyways. While he's got the open case.
You can't, well, you could, but he wouldn't go. You could, but yes, he wouldn't.
So let's do that. I want to order him to go to SAT. We'll just wait for the felony case to play out. Whatever they do is just irrelevant, but we'll still put him in the residential.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and then we'll wait.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't take another year, right?
They're close. Like they're working on it. I think they have one of the rips done. They've got,
It's only been 4
it's
months.
felony.
Yeah, I know.
That's
And I know how busy it is there. I'm just. Yeah,
Should I have him sign it on the conditions now or wait until?
No, let's do it now. Just there's no, I mean, why delay the inevitable, right?
So if we sign the amended conditions, do we dismiss the MHA? Do you see what I'm saying?
But just make sure everything's done right so it doesn't fall through the cracks, please.
I
just don't want him to kill me.
Judge, I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Cheyenne. Ready? Hi.
Yeah, Bruce, Judge.
Sure.
I'm approaching on laws,
Okay. Jail on bond.
a bond.
Wait, hold on.
So this case is older. Oh, sorry. This case is older. He had a BVR and he was supposed to be here today.
Is he not here?
He is not here, Judge.
No, there's no, it's 1,260 days.
Well, he was originally set for Thursday. I asked my office to relay the message to him, and I had to release that employee yesterday. So I don't know if he got that message. Yes. Yeah. So if we can get until tomorrow or Thursday, just because I don't know that he actually got the message to be here today.
That's why you fired him?
Well, among other things.
I don't want to be responsible for that.
Right. I don't want his warrant, him to get a warrant when it's not, when he didn't know to be here today because he thought he had court on
So
Thursday.
what do you want? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow or Thursday?
Thursday was the original date?
Correct.
Okay, so I guess we'll move to Thursday.
Okay.
Hey, laws, SFPF Thursday, but if he doesn't show,
I think he was already SFVF for Thursday anyway because the case is so old. Okay, understood, Judge. Thank you.
are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
That called my client?
Rivas.
No.
Hernandez.
No, sorry.
Hernandez Perez. Hernandez? Oh, not on mine?
No.
Oh, sorry. Perdón, toma asiento. Un segundito.
Okay, I guess you just don't leave, please.
Guys.
Hi, bud.
Approaching on Reynolds, I think, reapproaching on PC, I believe. He's over here on a possession of marijuana. She said you wanted to reapproach, so that's
Well,
what it seems awfully fishy. I'm not sure why they detained him for FSGI. I do not understand that.
Well, I mean, I think that there's a valid claim for an FSGI because someone says that there's a guy barreling through a neighborhood, hits a bunch of cars, takes off. We have someone that puts him there, right? That says it's him. My concern is that they say they accept charges for FSGI, right? But we only have a POM.
I understand.
I don't get it.
I understand. That makes no sense to me either.
So what I did was I found probable cause for now. I'm going to give them another couple days to figure out what happened. Why was it a glitch in the system? What,
Just for what it's worth, according to my client, he was on scene. He wasn't away from the scene. He was by his car when they were arrested.
way away from the accident.
Well, the accident happened and the car went forward and hit something. Anyway, it's okay. But
show me
either he's FSGI and they can prove that he belonged to that marijuana, or they can't prove that he
So
belonged to that
let's do
marijuana.
this.
That's fair.
Why don't we set it for a formal probable cause?
That's fair.
Days, you pick it. I don't care.
Next week, okay?
Sure.
Okay, sure.
And then that gives them enough time to also look into why.
Gotcha.
What happened with the FSG? Why is it not?
That sounds fair.
In the interim, though, come up.
Mr. Reynolds?
You tell me he doesn't have a license, right?
It is not eligible, Your Honor.
I have here that he's trying Uber or something like this.
That's correct. That's my
You can't
understanding.
drive. You don't have a Texas driver license, right?
Come over here.
No. It's a yes.
Do you have a valid Texas driver's license?
Yes,
as far as I was aware.
They're looking into the Texas.
I understand what
system
that just
because
said,
It's
sir.
not valid.
Right.
So you don't have a license.
I understand that now, sir.
You can't drive.
I understand that,
Don't
sir.
drive.
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I'm gonna lose it.
I
I'm
understand
telling you
that,
now,
sir.
I will put you in. Because all I'm asking you to do is follow the law. I'm not asking much. If I find that you're driving, and I don't care what your excuse is, I don't care if it's a burning building and you have to say 50 kittens, I'm gonna lose it. You will be signing a promise with me. This is an affidavit that you're gonna promise me that you're not gonna drive. Do you understand? It can go really sideways if you do. All you need to do is contact DPS to figure out what you need to do to get your license back. I'll even give you the phone number.
I already have that information, sir.
Oh, there it is. Well, I always
Yellow,
lose it.
you want blue? He's gonna give it to you. Just let him give it to you. Call me this afternoon and we'll figure out why it's not valid.
So this is the number to the driver's license division, the DPS. When you call them, call at 7 in the morning. Don't call at 9, at 2, at 1:53. You'll never get through. You have to call when the phone lines open up, give them the number and ask them why it's no good, and they'll tell you.
I need a SL22.
Oh, well, there you go.
I had
Then you know why.
Oh,
almost, I was just working Uber every day, so I didn't know.
So you can't do that. Don't worry. You don't need to say anything else. He's got it figured out.
look, Mr. Reynolds, do not drive. Do you understand?
Sort it out.
Yes, sir.
And you need car insurance before you drive too.
Oh, just, we'll fit. Okay. We're gonna be back next week, so we can answer all just next week. Or between next week, I'll answer them. All right, gotcha. Hopefully you can get that sorted out. Come back, I think says eligible, you'll be good to go. All right? Then he'll lift that restriction, I think is what he's saying.
Okay, come on up, Mr. Reynolds. We'll have you sign this and then you'll be free to go.
There's also Mr. Jones in the back, but it looks like y'all are ready for a plea here, which I'll let you step aside.
Yeah, let me do this.
Yeah, all right.
Well, hi, Lori, you ready?
Here's Mr. Rinos.
Good morning, Mr. Rivas.
Sir.
So you're charged with criminal trespass of a habitation, a shelter, superabundant infrastructure. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 27 days in jail with credit for the 9 days that you've done. Is this what you want to do, sir? You need to understand that this is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 9 days in jail. I'm sorry, 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do? All right, how do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I'll find you guilty, send you to it. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Maybe should be ready, Judge.
I guess I lost Dan.
Hernandez Perez.
Okay, Hernandez Perez, come up. Is this one that was no PTI? Denied? Mr. Hernandez Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day. You need to understand that this DWI is going on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. You ever get pulled over and you smell like alcohol, an officer will see this DWI. It's probably not going to go well for you. And if you're not in this country with permission, you go to jail for even more than 4 hours. Immigration will get you. If you want to get lit, take an Uber. It's a lot cheaper. Do you understand? After today, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So no more slaps on the wrist after today. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, like I said, it'll go on your record. You can never change it. Is this what you want to do, sir?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty.
Intoxicado, culpable o no culpable. Sí, culpable o no culpable. Guilty.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive. Otherwise, you will come back here with a new case. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Mark. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Hi, come on.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'm here on Hugo Castañon Martinez.
That under the first one,
It should be on the Castañon Martinez, Castañon, I believe, Judge. I have the cause number if it coordinates.
no, it's now.
It's detained.
Okay, what's the cause number?
2536126.
Martinez.
Martinez, okay, very well. I will know that next time, Judge.
Sure. Is he in jail?
He's in jail, Judge. And that's why I would like to, that two issues, Judge. The first one is simpler. We're still waiting for discovery. I spoke with sister counsel and they're still waiting for some surveillance video. The other one, which is the most important one to us, we filed a writ with the court today. Basically, we're alleging that he posted the bond in the county, in this case, and for some reason, he's not being released. He was at some point, and we're doing this pro bono.
What's the last name? Let's figure out why it didn't happen. It's weird.
And also, Judge, he was transferred at some point to immigration, and we approached the court, and he has a bond in immigration, but he has been unable to post it because every time.
Hold on, let's figure it out. What's the last name? Who is it?
Martinez.
Martinez.
The same guy? Or is it a different Martinez?
No, it's the same case, Judge, same case.
So Hugo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, hold on, let's see. Bond is made in our court.
Yes, sir. And he's still here.
Joe, so I show an immigration, the first immigration detainer was placed 12/13/24. I show a hold date lifted of 12/16, so 3 days later they lift it. A second immigration detainer was placed 1/24/25. I don't show a lift date. And then a third immigration detainer was placed January 31st, and I don't show a lift date on that either.
And Judge.
What do you show? Martinez. I don't know. I don't understand.
They have been playing, someone, I don't know who, has been playing with him like a ping pong ball between here and immigration. And what's interesting is that he has a bond set in immigration that his family has tried to pay twice, but because he has been moved here, he's not under the custody, they cannot pay it.
The immigration from January 31st. The other two immigration ones from December 2024 and January 24th. That one was lifted, but the newest one hasn't been lifted. So it's filed under a different agency.
Is it possible that if he gets sent to immigration, then he can make the bond?
Yes, that's what we need, because that's the only reason why the family has not been able to pay the bond, because every time they try to pay the bond, he has been transferred here.
I have no idea why immigration has not come pick him up, because he has made bond here. Normally, when they make bond here, immigration will come and pick him up and take him. I don't know why that's not happening.
And Your Honor, with all due respect, as we are doing the motion, I can come back tomorrow. I would like the court to take the opportunity, because we cite some case law. The fact that there is a whole place, as we argue in our motion, there is no reason to keep someone detained over 48 hours.
So you have an immigration bond?
I have the evidence that the immigration judge granted him a bond that has not been paid, because they tried twice to pay it. But unfortunately, because he's not under the jurisdiction.
Let me do this. Hold. Let me take care of them. Let me call the court manager's office after this. Give me 2 minutes. Let me get them out of here, because they've been waiting ever so patiently. And then, because yours, I didn't realize it'll take as long. Okay.
We got Mr. Callahan for a plea.
Okay.
Leon Callahan. Come on up, sir.
What's the last name on this one?
Callahan.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Callahan.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 6 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. This is a plea. It's a plea of guilty. You need to understand this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. It's important, because if you get pulled over, officers see this, they come up to your car, they smell alcohol, it's probably not going to go well for you. And what we're doing today, time served, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail after today. Do you understand? It's a true first.
Double check. I believe it is your honor, but.
The other thing that you need to understand is that DWI is extremely big business in Texas, meaning that there's a $3,000 surcharge that tacks onto you when you have a case like this. And if you don't pay it, you sit 1 day in jail for every $100 you owe. We all make mistakes, and I'm going to waive that for you today. But if you continue to make the same mistakes where you endanger other people's lives, it just gets so much worse. A second DWI, $6,000 surcharge. Do you understand? All right. We all make mistakes. Just don't make another one. You know what I mean? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, there's no turning back. It's going to go on your record. Is this what you want to do? All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I also have to suspend your license. I will suspend it for the minimum, which is 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, sir. All right. Please see the third. That way. Dave. Yeah.
Did you also have Mr. Jones, Dantes Jones? He's in the back. He picked up it looks like. I don't know if you want to talk to him or not.
Let me see.
He's got a theft case, a trespass case, and then he picked up a PCS recently. He was on bond for the other two. Looks like you revoked his bonds and set him at 2501 too.
I don't need to. I mean, they didn't give him anything. I'm good with whatever you want to do.
Okay.
I mean, he picks up one case, then he picks up another case. He's out on who knows where, and now he's picked up a third case. I mean, I'm not going to get a PR bond.
I think you consider reducing the bonds. His felony bond is $1,000 or $2,500 here. I would think that would be a sufficient amount, 1,000 on each of them. I don't know that he can make either of
Hey,
those.
what do you think?
Judge, we'd ask for you to keep him how it is, got out of jail on the next day, picked up the case.
Let's do this, Dane. I'll let Tony come back when we can.
Okay, that's fair.
But I'm always, we'll talk.
Fair
He makes bond and then, okay.
You guys, thanks, Judge.
And then whatever day you want,
I'm just probably gonna do it the same day as felony or day after.
yeah, okay. Shreya. Hey.
I spoke with the client and he wants to set it for a hearing. So a couple things. There are some technicals. Do you guys want to wait for
And sorry, what case? are we
Destin
talking about?
Eli? So it's an MRP and the allegations are some failure to appears and there's also a new DWI. But what would y'all like to go on?
He just doesn't want to sign to go to, he never did. He's never wanted to go, and that's a problem because it is a problem and he just refuses to like
And I
accept
have
it.
admonished him that if you find the allegations true, you can
Good regardless.
sentence.
He tried it.
And what I did tell him that he could be sentenced to state of either way, and he says. Right.
So I'll talk to him here in a second. Let me talk.
Sure.
Morning, guys.
Hey, give me a second. I've got Miss Hawkins have been waiting. Just give me 2 seconds. Jillian.
Morning, Judge.
Hey,
I have Miss Taylor in custody.
what's the last name?
Taylor.
Okay.
She went into custody yesterday.
Yes,
After,
she's not here today.
Okay.
She's still in processing. I was going to talk to you about that today, but I was going to see if we could go get her, but it's just impossible.
Okay. Can we
So-
address her bond with her not being there?
Say it again.
Can we address her bond with her not being there?
I want to talk to her,
Okay.
but I'm with you for tomorrow though.
Okay.
Okay.
And-
I'm really with you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you talk to Blaze about the case? Did he?
I did yesterday afternoon.
Taylor?
Taylor,
I'm filing dismissal. You're.
Oh, you're dismissing it?
Yes.
You're dismissing it right now, Jillian.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
So I had someone else on docket. It's Miss Bledsoe. The case is pretty old.
On bond or in jail?
On bond.
Okay.
Last setting, we reset it for the state to just eval. It's been a trial case pretty much since day one. I'm ready to set it. I'm not sure if the state is ready, but it's just, that's where it's headed. I see they've talking to the complainant again, so.
Do you have any opinion on Bledsoe?
I am looking right now.
Sure.
I actually need to talk about this.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have reached out to the complainant, just confirmed her story once again. I've shared all my notes with defense on this case. And then also she reached out to me as well, stating that the defendant has been reaching out to her through so I believe they have mutual the father of their children is the same person, the defendant and the complainant. She's been reaching out to her through his email, and he's currently incarcerated. I explained to her, there's no way that we can really prove that it's the defendant, but she wanted me to make the court aware that it's something that has been happening.
Yes.
Okay. I guess, Jillian, I'm gonna put on the docket so I can admonish her.
Okay.
Tell me what day is good for you and then we'll do it.
Any day next week except Monday.
Okay. Tuesday, top
Tuesday.
of 4.
Yeah.
We can, Tuesday must appear.
Okay.
Is there an offer in the case? Did you put an offer?
Yes, Judge, there is a 120-day offer on the case.
Did you, have you eval for trial?
Yes, Judge. I looked at it.
Is it good for trial?
I think we would take it.
Okay. So, did you hear that, Jillian?
Alfred's Town?
Yes, but yeah,
Okay.
they put that so-called offer on there a while
We'll
ago.
come, I guess we'll bring your Tuesday, we'll talk and then we can set it then.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
That's it. Thank you, Judge.
thanks, take care.
Alfred Brown?
I heard that.
Okay, Dustin.
So, one issue, as far as the GPS monitor and all that, they gave them a new device just now. They said it was a charging issue. They plugged it in, it would charge for 10 minutes, stop charging. He has a brand new one they just put on this morning. Now, the drug test issue.
Violation that he's out at 3 a.m.
Well, no, it's not that he's out, is that that's when it reconnected. So but they gave him a brand new device. So if they're saying there was an issue where they changed the device out and there's not a tamper on it, it said it was not receiving. It didn't say it was that he was out and about, it said it wasn't receiving, and they started receiving again. That's at least the report that I saw. It's not like they were tracking him other places. But as far as resolution of the case, I did talk to him and he is interested in participating in DWI court. And I know because we talked about that last week, and I had visited with him on that this morning.
Says here on 3/11/24, GPS device generated a failed to enter alert at 10:15 p.m. At 11:46 through 3:02, GPS device was in no GPS no cell status and was unable to be monitored during that time frame. Client arrived home at 3:01 a.m. on 3/12.
So that's not when it arrived home. That's when it started charging again. Because it's not a geolocate. I mean, as far as I'm understanding, it's the GPS shows where he is,
I'm
not.
gonna be honest, Your Honor, that would be a question for pre.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's pointed to the client, not to you.
Okay, I was like,
Saying out and that he's out in the middle of the night.
I don't think they're saying that. What they're saying is that it's received a no signal.
Client arrived home at 3:01 a.m. on 3/12.
Where was he before that?
Huh?
They don't know where he was before that. He was at home. He just wasn't charging.
You have.
That's the way I'm reading it.
Do you have? Do you have the idea of where he is?
Check, I don't see any notes from the case manager, and then, at 10:05, I see on the report it's showing that he's not at his home location. So I think that would be the fail to enter. And then there was the portable violations as well that were added. But again, from what we discussed earlier, I don't, necessarily have to go forward.
Portable the violation in what respect?
They sent an email yesterday from the supervisor that was here earlier, stating that there were additional.
Did Anthony send that?
No, it would be from Cody Pittman.
I can't see.
Or this specific one is from a Luis Galvan.
So I also have here, client was also instructed to obtain a portable alcohol testing device, comply with all testing protocols, refrain from alcohol consumption, and comply with all routine equipment service. The defendant failed to provide breath samples, scheduled times, resulting in 13 skips from 2/7/25 to 3/17/25. So he's still skipping tests. Come up, Mr. Jones. I just don't get it. I truly don't. It's over and over and over. You are still skipping tests. And I don't know what it is and what I need to do to get you to comply with bond conditions. You're still skipping tests. I mean, I have no other choice. I now have to revoke your bond again.
Well, then let's do a plea then.
Huh?
Let's plea it.
I agree with, and I'm okay, but I'm gonna tell you now that I want to have him TRAS'd immediately to see how we go forward.
Well, Judge.
You know?
Okay.
Just. All I want you to do is not kill anyone, man. That's all I want, really, I'm not asking for much. You have, since day one in our court, have repeatedly refused to comply with bond conditions over and over and over. And I'm not doing a plea to where he can just get out and just do, and
so
you scare me.
So how do we resolve, Judge?
Huh?
So how do we resolve it?
So, yeah, I agree with you. I think that the correct thing to do would be probation.
Okay.
But I would like to have him TRAS'd while he's in there. And I have a feeling I know what the TRAS is gonna say, and that's what I would like to do.
Okay. I would request you to set a bond.
Of course.
It's just costing him money, Judge. But already it's costing is his family money.
So it's okay to just skip tests?
No, it's not. It's a test, but I'm saying
It's a skip. I might just be asleep, but I'm not trying to skip me wrong. I swear to
stop,
God.
just stop talking. Yeah, you don't,
Sure.
just stop.
Okay, he goes with me. And it's literally, the minute he gets out, we have bond violations over and over and over. Now, what are we in now, day what?
If the court wanted to be made aware of the presumptive results.
What did he test positive for?
THC, Suboxone, Oxy, and benzodiazepines.
You tested positive for Oxycontin?
Yes, Judge, presumptively positive, it's being sent to the lab for the test issue.
What I had envisioned, what I think is probably do like a 2-year probation. I want to do like maybe 10 days as a condition, do an immediate TRAS. We'll get it done today, tomorrow, and we'll see what the TRAS says. And I'm going to go with what the TRAS says. If the TRAS says, and I promise you, Dustin, I will do what if the TRAS says that IOP, SOP is the proper course, then I'll do it.
Okay.
But if they say residential, I think that's, I want to follow what the TRAS says because I think that's the proper one.
I don't think you can take it. I just don't think you'll take it if it's residential.
Then I have a jury waiting right now.
You said the same thing. I mean, let's just see what it says. Let's try to get a quick TRS done.
For sure.
How quickly?
So do you want to do the probation?
Yeah, let's do probation.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, Blaze, you let me know.
Yes. On this.
Jones, probation.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we had offered the probation first, so, yeah, the TRS.
So,
Okay.
so probation,
2 year.
TRS conditions.
2 year.
Okay.
I want to do 10 days as a condition. That way I can get the TRAS done now immediately while he's in. And then I'm going to follow whatever the TRAS says. Are you dad?
Yes.
How are you?
Fine.
Thank you so much for coming.
Can I say something?
First, go with Dustin first, because I don't want you to say something that really, just, please. Yeah, you guys can talk and then later on, if it's, then, yeah. Thanks, Dustin. All right, come on up.
Go ahead.
I'm ready.
Hi.
We're doing a plea.
Okay. Do you, no more? Okay. Robert Moore coming up. Hey, Ms. Phillips, your case has been dismissed.
Judge, I know my case has been dismissed. I just wanted to check on an order to remove the scram and GPS monitoring device, if we need to do that.
Let's go to 49 if the dismissal paperwork has been.
Yeah, I already signed the dismissal, so he has to go to 49 and they'll take everything off.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
Okay?
Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Take care. All right. Good morning, Mr. Moore. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. I'm sorry. You're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, there's no turning back. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll roll your court costs. Mr. Butler.
Hey, Judge.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'll try to do it next. Mr. Butler.
Yeah, I just need to reset on Mr. Yepes.
Yepes?
What do you mean?
It's 160. Sure. We'll give you whatever you want. But
Eval, I brought laptop, video. We had a little short meeting.
the next setting.
They're wanting another, sure.
Okay. So he'll be required at the next.
Okay.
Morning, Judge.
Hi, ready?
Yeah, good to see you again.
Hey, what's up?
Judge, I'm here once again on Dasaki. If you recall, we were on PTI, trying to get an application in front.
Get it done?
Okay, the only thing that's missing right now is his insurance, and then we are submitting the application. I wanted to ask the court, is there a TRAS necessary?
No.
Okay.
Hold on a second. He's applying for PTI right now, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
because we've seen a lot more like denials.
Okay.
So I don't want you to do a TRAS until actual gets granted and at that point, yeah. But I mean, why can't he get the insurance right now?
That I asked him, he brought me like a whole slew of documents right now. He's here, present in court. He just did not have a copy of his insurance. That's the only thing missing. I know,
I'm rolling into tomorrow. I mean, what else can I do?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I
Yeah,
recommended that he do
absolutely.
it, but we'll get that to you.
Sure, of course.
All right,
Okay.
Judge. Thank you.
Take care.
You too, buddy.
Hi, listen,
Kevin Geenan.
Gian
Geenan.
with a G?
Yes.
Okay. In custody or on bond?
On bond.
I see. Okay.
I was just able to get an offer of a online anger management course or a BIP course and dismiss. So I was hoping for
How long do you want?
3 weeks for him to get it done. And
Because it's 180 now. We'll give you the 3 weeks. If he doesn't have it done, he's got to be here at the next setting. Okay? And let him know that I'm going to roll him day for day until he gets it done. We want him to get it done.
Yes,
3 weeks.
we'll get it done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey,
Judge, good morning. I'm approaching a in custody case.
okay, who?
He picked up a Randall DVR.
You please.
Consent already.
She was at the law, she can keep them on.
That's right.
I got it somewhere.
Wow, he picked up what happened?
A burger, I think, all the others are dismissed.
We have the theft case. He's picked up a burglary with intent, right?
Right. But he had like 3 or 4 other felonies as well. Those were all dismissed. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, and I saw that because to be used in punishment for whatever happens here.
In here, in misdemeanor court?
In the felony court.
Oh, yes.
So, I'm gonna revoke his bond as well.
Yes, Judge. I told him that was about
1,001. Okay. And just, I guess, keep me in the loop, whatever happens upstairs. Yeah. Counsel. Hi.
Kenneth Sager.
Okay. Get everything done?
Everything is done in the end. They denied the PTI.
Denied.
They did. So we're here to ask if we could get him a deferred on this. It's a class B, first offense.
Are you okay?
I'll go to the judge, Your Honor. I'll go back.
Why denied?
High bracket.
What's the high bracket?
It was
2.21.
No priors?
No priors.
I'm okay with it, really. I have no problem, really. If that's what you'd like, yeah. So, was there an accident?
Your Honor.
Okay, so just let him know he's not eligible for a non-disclosure, though. Okay, so just letting you know is from the outset. Okay, okay, yeah, just write up whatever whatever you think's appropriate.
Oh, I just haven't done.
Just the normal first. Yeah. Okay. You ready? Come on. Not yet. Not yet. We're close. Let's just get it.
Judge, how much time should you give for Dina?
3 weeks, whatever she wants.
If I may, will the record, or does it matter? May?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, Judge, our argument in the writ is that even if there's a detainer, he shouldn't be held in custody over 48 hours. We cite some case law.
He's on bond. So I don't know what I can do to release him. And so when I was going to call the court manager's office, figure out why is he still being held? Because he's on bond. Why has immigration why have they not picked them up? And because I'm confused, I'm as much as confused as you.
Who's we talking about?
What's the name again?
Martinez?
Martinez.
Because a bench warrant was requested. So Billy called about this one because she was tuning in. And she says that he's here because we bench warrant him here. And that if y'all want him to go back, then we have to do a bench warrant return.
But my question is, and because that's
We
why.
bench warrant people here because people ask him to be bench warrant. We don't do it on our own, right? So someone has to ask us. So someone must have asked for the bench warrant.
I believe it's prior attorney because we're doing this pro bono because we were helping him with the immigration case.
Okay.
Filed the bench warrant, but as
So
far
we
as.
can do a return.
Yes, Judge, but as far as I know, like the court stated, he paid the bond, so there's no reason for him to be detained. I have no problem if he's returned. That's fine too, but it's something that it seems to me that lately it's happening more than it should, and that's why we filed that writ.
Lawyers ask us to do with when these things happen. So if someone wants a bond revoked so that they don't go to immigration, we do it. If someone wants to have a bond so they can go to immigration, we do it. I always do what defense lawyers ask with regard to this. So
I'm unaware of that.
so someone asked them to be brought here. My feeling is so that they could take care of the case before he gets deported. That's what we normally do. So
I believe that was done before we were helping him with his immigration case.
So what we'll do now is we can send him back when he gets back to immigration. That way, guys, you can make the bond.
He already has a bond, yeah.
And I won't revoke it here. The only thing I'm going to ask you to do is that when you do make the bond over there, bring him here so we can do conditions.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll just keep it open until you guys are ready. So just let her know to do the return and then I don't know how long it'll take to get it back, but.
That's why we filed the writ, Judge.
Hey, Vic, when we do the return to go back there, how long does it take to get him back?
They're here pretty often, and so, I mean, I'm sure, he'll be back.
Yeah, and he should be detained for more than 48 hours because usually if not, that's
But
why they're
unless, yes,
released.
but unless there's other circumstances, and when there's an immigration detainer, it's not us that's technically holding him, it's the immigration.
That's why we are in the motion, Judge, if the court could take a look whenever it has a chance, it would be
Sure.
good.
Yeah, but we'll do the return now so that we can just get him back in.
Whatever is fast, that's fine because
This is the fastest way,
they will.
Do you want me?
right?
Yes, to send them back, yes.
We can do that. Do you want me to put that application for habeas corpus in queue, the one that he's talking about?
But I don't know, like if I grant it, I mean, it's just.
Can I ask just a favor,
Get him
Judge? If the court just, I mean, I think whatever is faster, I'm fine with that because we already got a bond for him there, but if
I
the court
think
could
what
take,
she's saying is probably the fastest.
but if the court could also, whenever have a chance,
Take a
take a
look
look
at
at my
it.
motion, okay?
Okay.
And maybe it's
Just
just,
let her know and then we'll get it done for you now today.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, so what we're gonna do, Judge, is he's not gonna bond out. We're gonna reset it for she said she'd get it to TRS in a couple days. I got him, he wants to see what the TRS is gonna say if he recommends DWI court, because that's kind of what he wants to do. Pretty much I think he'd be more successful in DWI court. So let's get the TRS done.
In sober court, he just wants to be out so he doesn't have to be in custody, but the problem
This
is.
is gonna be, this is gonna be in your court.
It won't be in my court.
I understand that.
So
He's getting that done, but he's not bonding out. Dad's not bonding him out. I told him he needs to sit and have TRS done, and they can get it done. So I'm gonna reset us. What, 5 days, Tuesday, and we'll have TRS by then. He's not gonna bond out, because we're not bonding out.
You want to talk?
Yeah, I don't want him on. Honestly, Judge, I don't want.
I get it. I understand.
You know why.
I understand. I understand.
So, we'll do five reset for Tuesday next week, then they have TRS done by then.
Okay.
All
right.
Hey, Judge.
Okay.
And I'll get the.
So we're not doing a plea today, but hold on. Dustin, come on up. I want you to know that if it says residential treatment and he's no, I mean, I'm setting this case for trial, right? And I'm not gonna.
Are all full straight probation?
I understand.
Okay, cool. I heard for.
No, he was asking.
No.
It's not legally possible.
My concern is that what I feel is gonna happen is when he does a TRAS, they're gonna say residential, and he's gonna say, I don't want to do residential, I want to be out. When we know, based on here, it just doesn't work when he's out. He does what he wants to do.
If he
To
doesn't.
hell with the conditions.
If he doesn't want what the TRS recommends, then he'll take a jail sentence, and that's just what it is.
I'm not gonna take that. I'm not taking it. I'll send him for trial. I'm not taking, no, because this,
He'll plead to a jury and do jury punishment, and he'll get a jail sentence. Like,
you can do what you want.
he's not probation eligible for a jury. You can't force that probation. Let's say the TRS.
No, I think I can. I mean, I think I can. I mean, I'll look the code, but
If I do jury punishment, you can't. Like, it's, you see what I'm saying? It's like, I do jury
I mean,
punishment,
sure.
you can't.
Sure.
But I'm not trying to. Let's just get the TRS and see if we can get it to help, because you want, yeah.
Dustin,
I know what, dude, we're on the same.
giving
I know you.
him a jail sentence of 20 days, 30 days, 60 days solves nothing. It literally throws him out into the wolves, and he's just gonna pick up a felony DPI within the next 30 days, 60
Let's see
days.
what the TRS says and see what we can do.
I'm trying to help this kid, man.
I know you are.
And just a straight jail sentence it's within a year, he'll have a felony DPI.
I understand. I mean, and you know I understand. You know where I'm.
All right, so let's see what the TRS says and it's pointless an argument. I agree. Let's just see what the TRS says. We'll have from there.
Is it? Thank you.
Judge, can you have them cancel the panel, please?
Hey, cancel the ban.
No. So Thursday? So we'll bring them up on Thursday, the 26th. I have
On Caleb Jones, 25,004. Good morning, Ms. Jason.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 21 days in jail with credit for the 7 days that you've done.
Sorry.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you understand?
Yes.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of criminal trespass, ma'am?
I'm guilty.
I'll find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Good luck to you, ma'am.
I'll go back there. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. You're good. You done? Thank you.
Thanks, man.
You good to go down?
Yes, he's done.
Judge, do you want to bring up Mr. Dealer?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
I know, I should have heard from it too.
Hey.
I have Ms. Salmaron on the docket, Celia Salmaron.
How's she doing?
She did a T-Raz. It looks like they're recommending like the women's residential, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So the issue, Judge, she needs to be on a probation. She has 2 open PCSs currently.
No rush, really.
She's
That's probably the appropriate thing.
okay, so her felony court date is March 28th. And the problem is that I just, so she has the old PCS, but the new one, and, you know, she's not going to be able to bond out. The felony court did give her bonds, but she's not going to be able to afford those. And
What are asking for?
a trial date. My problem is, Judge, it could take months and months for them to get the lab back on the PCS. Or I can get a
Do they
reason.
have the last back? I mean, how long?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch.
Salmaron.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's an old case, Colin, you're right. I didn't realize it's from May of last year.
It does appear that the labs are still pending.
Yeah, is it really gonna take that long to get? I mean, how long do you think it'll take? Do we have any, are the labs back on the first case?
Yes, Judge, I think they are, because I think they're in connection with this DWI.
Have you evaled? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I mean, I was ready before she forfeited, so.
The labs are back on the second case.
It's the same case as our case. Yeah, I have no idea how long it takes to get labs back. You don't know?
No idea.
We have an offer in there. It's an old case. We can set it for trial today if that's what you want to do, Judge.
It's not me, it's Connor. I'll do whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. If you want to set it, I'm fine. If you want a little bit more time, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah,
You tell me, you're in the driver's seat.
I think that So she has court next Friday. If we could get just a couple week reset, see what happens next Friday, see if they get the labs, and then if not, then we can.
And, you know, perhaps have her see how long it'll take.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Ask
reach
someone else.
I'm gonna reach out to her felony attorney and then maybe the prosecutor, see if we can't work out something.
Global?
Yeah.
That or ask them, hey, how long does it take? If it takes 6 months to get a lab back, I mean, that's unreasonable.
Yeah.
I'm with you at that point. So
And for the time being, I'll put an eval to do it for us.
For sure.
Next setting meeting.
yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
For sure. Morning, Mr. Eli. Coming up. How are you? I know you don't want to go into treatment, right? And I acquiesced to you last time. You asked me, please, I can get it done. Please don't let me do it. Don't put me in residential. Don't. And I listened. And what happened? No. Or yeah, you caught a felony DWI, not. We put you on probation. A month and a half later, you pick up a felony DWI. So all this, you know, acting. So now, if this doesn't show that residential is the right thing, then I don't know what does. You know, the only thing that we're trying to do is prevent death on our roads. That's the only thing, right? And somehow we have to get through these. Every other way that we've tried just doesn't work. This is the only other thing that we have left at our disposal. So if you want, we can just set up for a hearing. And if they prove to us that you have violated your probation, then we're going to amend your conditions to put you in residential treatment. We can do this any number of ways. We can have a full-blown hearing, or you can just sign the conditions. But if they prove it to me, that's what's going to happen.
I'm not signing the conditions.
Okay, so set it for a hearing, and then get the probation officer here, and then we'll see. And then they prove to me that you have violated your probation, then I'm going to amend your conditions. I'm not letting you go. Ever. Do you understand? I'm going to keep you until we get this straightened out, one way or the other.
Okay.
Understand? Okay, good. So I'm at your mercy when you want to set it. You want to do a week, we can set it in a week and then just have a hearing. It's just at the mercy of the probation officer, whatever they are best with. Okay? Hey, we need to stay on top of Mr. Jones to see if he bonds out.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I don't want this same thing to happen that happened last time this time. So I would say maybe like every day, let's look to make sure that.
Yes, Judge, and I'll leave the document, yeah, maybe I'm gonna leave the bond conditions and ending.
No release without a GPS, prior to release. Oh, hey. Are you in DVD now?
I am, Judge. Yeah, it's going good. I'm just filling in for Sebastian today.
Okay.
Judge, I have Mr. Pedro Tejeda?
Tejada.
Hey, I'm terrible with these
You live in
names.
Texas.
I'm awful with these. I'm not gonna lie. Judge.
Okay. What's a new case?
It's a new case.
Ready?
Yes, yes.
Mr. Tejada, come up.
So ask her. I just.
Good morning, Mr. Tejada.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Complainant and defendant are in a former dating relationship. On 6/29, officers were dispatched to a disturbance at a business in Harris County, Texas. Complainant entered the business, and when she exited and walked back to her truck, she observed the defendant there. Complainant believed defendant had followed her. Complainant said that defendant was intoxicated and started to insult her. Complainant stated defendant struck her on the left side of her face with a closed fist as she sat down inside of her truck, causing pain. Complainant stated she went after defendant as he entered his truck and grabbed his shirt. Complainant stated she was momentarily dragged as she held onto the defendant's vehicle.
So it was a hit to the face, you said?
Yes, Judge. We have not been able to arrest her yet. I will let you know that I was reading through the offense report. I don't know if this was mentioned to intake, but in the offense report, it does look like she was 4 months pregnant at the time and the defendant was aware. So this maybe refiled as a felony. I'm not sure yet, but it's sort of that right now.
Mr. Tejada, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to be in possession of weapons. And I'm now entering what's called a magistrate order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Ms. Lopez Leiva as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand?
Sir.
If you violate this court order, the state can and will probably file a violation of protective order, and that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. It is one of the worst cases you can pick up, a violation of protective order. Do you understand?
Sir.
You pick up one of those violate conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond, zero bond, and I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect my county. Any prior assaults against this person or,
No, Judge, this looks like it was the first one.
okay. Now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Parham. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you've gone AWOL, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You pick up a new case, I will issue a warrant for arrest. You get no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be randomly called upon to go take drug and alcohol tests. If you fail to go, then likewise a warrant for your arrest will be issued. I'll have you go sign a reset with Victoria. You'll sign the order for protection here. You'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go.
Just,
Oh, is there no bond set?
well, no,
Oh,
it's
there
a
is.
bond set, Judge. With regards to the bond condition, I was wondering if we could amend those or have them reflect the no threat and harassing communication instead of no contact.
They haven't been able to reach her.
They haven't, but the DA hasn't, but that she has spoke with her back. And she had spoken to the back and told her that she did want to proceed with the case. She would.
I don't know. I mean, if she's 4 months pregnant,
No, she's already had the child. They already have a child now. That's the only reason why I say now.
Yeah, this did happen back in June.
They do have a.
If,
Let's do this. I want to know, I mean, if that VAC was done, that VAC was done in 2024. I don't know anything recent. So until I know what she wants now, then, and if you could, facilitate, perhaps give a phone number, maybe that's something that can happen now. I don't know, but I like to follow the wishes of the complaining witness, and I don't know what her wishes are. If she doesn't want contact with you, then I'm gonna order it. If she does, then we can revisit that at that time. But understand, for this instant, no means no. It doesn't mean maybe. It doesn't mean I got to go get my kid. It doesn't mean someone has to go take the SAT. No means no. Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
This way.
Yeah.
You can go to the country first and tell how is the name lives on
Are you with him? Okay. Anyone else? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? Like,
Vote that motion to continue extending your queue for electronic.
yeah. On Jones,
Alicia, are you ready?
I am.
It's Alicia, but you're ready.
All right. Hit the center.
Should, could you sign the dismissal on Ibarra?
You were fresh to be there testing the chocolate over much further and just.
I'm signing it now.
And then Trey, if you could, put out a certified phone.
Alright, go ahead and sign for the English learners. This has.
Did Reynolds never sign his month? He must have taken off. I don't think so.
Always write it down, you switch it or you.
So he may have signed contract.
I don't think. I'll check.
Each day it'll tell you whether yes, you need a drug test and you don't need a drug test. If it says yes, if you're reporting it's an highlighted location here, previous hours, day, was your personal identification. Yes. And then once you test early in the morning, so you have something to do. And then I asked you this question, is that you said that I a response policy. Or something like that. Yes, and it'll just have the general bias score, so they'll conduct it. We'll look at you're not receiving an answer as a general question. Of your conditions, from the testing process, you could have that communication. How long is it? Until, judge removes the community conditions or the case is disposed of, right, if there's no. Or might get more with this. And these are gonna be other two papers that I have signed. So I was gonna do these.
What you gonna go over to you? Here I have probably Is there anybody in your waiting room?
No.
Just stay in contact with them, All right, page 1, Alexander. Did you ever make Alexander?
I sent him for drug test, he was a little late because he was in felony court.
Okay.
And I'm here with that.
Hi, Mr. Ely. How are you, man?
I'm well, how are you?
What's new?
Not much.
In the dream.
Living the dream.
All right, Judge, page 2, Allen. I know counsel was on Zoom.
Roll to Monday, plea or trial.
All right, next judge is page 4. Council was on Zoom, I believe, on that.
SFBF tomorrow.
Page 10, Bruce, have you heard from council on that one?
Elena, on Elena?
No, on Bruce, Xavier, page 10.
No,
No.
haven't heard anything.
I emailed council, I'll just.
Oh,
Page 11, the pause. We have the results. He said 3 failed attempts, so they keep getting in water. Okay. Page 13,
You're gonna have to go with it.
Gibson. Gibson is set for arraignment felt to appear. First time.
2501. You said Gibson?
Yes, page 13.
Okay, 2501.
Page 20, Munoz. Was, did council appear via Zoom or anything?
Say it again, which one?
Munoz, page 20.
I saw Eric here earlier. I don't know what happened. Hey, Blaze, did you talk to Eric Clay about Munoz?
I did, I follow this list.
Okay, there you go. Okay, you ready?
We are.
All right, come on. Yes, is this with that agreed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Sager. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Essentially, you and the state have not been able to work out an agreement, so you're coming to me for punishment for purposes of this case that you want to end today. Is that right? You need to understand that you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You're facing 180 days in jail. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged with in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeals. So whatever happens today happens, and that's it. There's no turning around and trying to change your mind. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm a firm believer that everybody deserves a chance. Really. But the problem is we have people that we give them chances and they take the chance, but then it continues to happen over and over and over. And that's what we are trying to prevent from happening with you, Mr. Sager. You know, we all make mistakes, but the problem is that when you make a mistake where you're in danger of someone's life, you have to take notice. And when you don't, and when it continues to happen, if it continues to happen, the sentences get longer. The costs become bigger, especially with the DWI. Now you're facing, like I said, the 6 months. Your lawyer's asking me to set you for a deferred, which is a type of probation that if you complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. I will do this for you today. I will set you on a 1-year deferred. I'm going to sentence you to 180 days in jail, and I will not find you guilty, and I will put you on this deferred for a year. However, you will be required to satisfy conditions. If you do, fantastic, you will not end up with a conviction on your record. But you need to understand something. For all intents and purposes, if you're pulled over, an officer's going to see this. They're not going to give a rat's behind whether it's a deferred, whether it's a conviction, whether it's a dismissal. If they see that you have a prior DWI and they smell alcohol on you, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say is that even if you have half a beer, a sip of something, don't get into a car because it's a huge risk. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So it is a 180-day, 1-year deferred. You will maintain a guardian interlock while you're on this deferred. You will do a DWI education class, a victim impact panel. Do you have children? We will do a parenting class in lieu of community service.
Sure.
No drugs, alcohol. You will do what's called a TRAS to see if you need other conditions. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. No breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. If you don't, you're in violation. If you violate this probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. We will have a hearing to see if you violated this. And as you see, all the people that came out, you'll be dressed in orange. We're going to bring you back out. We're going to have a hearing to see if you violated. If you do, or if you did, you're looking at 180 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you mind running his license to see if it's eligible, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't forget anything, did I? That's about it. So the only other thing I'd like to know now is whether your license is eligible or not. Because if it's not eligible, I'm going to order you not to drive and we'll give you a portable device. You're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid license and liability insurance in your name. You must maintain car insurance while you're on this probation. You must give them proof so that we know that you're driving legally.
It's eligible.
Wonderful. Okay. I'm not going to suspend your license now, so you can continue to drive, but you must get an interlock within 7 days. Do you understand?
7 days?
Correct. Yeah. Do you have any questions?
No, sir, not at this time.
The only other thing that I'm going to impart to you now is that DWI is huge business in Texas. There is a $3,000 surcharge. Is this a 0.15 or above? It is.
It is, yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above? Oh, well, I guess you didn't, it's not pled as such, right?
But
Okay. So the reason I'm trying to tell you is that there's a $3,000 surcharge that tags onto you when you pick up one of these types of cases. I'm going to waive it for you now, but on a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. And I routinely put it on seconds. So beware, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. You pick up another one, not to mention a minimum of 30 days. Well, there's no minimum because deferred. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks. All right. Hey, yeah.
Judge, I'm here on an off-docket matter,
Okay. What's your husband?
25503
25503.
460.
Arauz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so his mom called me. He's scheduled to go to Colombia with his father, and he's leaving. He's scheduled to leave on Thursday, obviously, and coming back on Sunday. So the only issue.
No. So
Okay, yeah, because
on-
he has to get a text every morning or something, and he's afraid.
But let him know that he's going to get tested on his return, so you have to use.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Judge.
Sure thing.
Two five five 03
$25,000 and
It's already at 12,503.
Felicia,
Yes, Judge?
how many bond violations have we had with Mr. Jones? Is it like 7? Is it 8? Because I want to do whatever number that is at the end.
All right.
I see 3, Judge.
We've only filed 3. It's definitely been more than that.
And then the one that was deleted today.
They just.
So that would have been the fourth, but we did test him a lot.
He tested positive for oxy, THC, was it amphetamine?
No, it was oxy, THC, Suboxone, and benzos.
Oh, no, no more. What did you share that?
He should be on his way back now. And Victoria. Alexander is negative. He's on his way back. Okay. Hey, what happened to Martinez?
To 25,000 more.
Oh.
Hey, come on, man.
Yeah. That's what we wait.
Any slower, you'll be going backwards.
I'm gonna need the rest of the week off. I can gain my.
Heck, you will. Issue a protective order on you.
Okay.
Hi, Rick. Good morning. Okay.
Judge said, hurry up, you need slower.
No jodes.
Let's see.
Tom, can you fingerprint on the walls?
Yeah. Did you check, did we have conditions on Reynolds?
Reynolds?
Yeah.
I think we missed that one, or maybe you picked it.
He left without signing.
Yeah, the
conditions.
judge showed
He
up.
left without signing.
I think I left that a reset as well.
That's why I was like, you have to act like y'all.
Because I didn't even see.
Oh,
it.
sorry, he doesn't have my conditions. I filed my conditions. She did file.
I know, but he left without signing conditions.
Oh.
That's fine.
I don't even see it reset.
You're welcome.
Dane,
Bye.
that's Dane's case.
Oh, no, there's a reset.
Right, Judge, we're just waiting on. Two attorneys?
Hey, Reynolds left without signing conditions. That's Dane's case, right? I don't know if I have his phone number.
Oh, Judge, for that one, it's because we're revisiting the PC. So I thought you didn't assign anything.
No, I did. The dude doesn't have a license and can't, I don't want to drive.
No driving application.
Did he sign a no driving application?
He did drive.
Okay, I guess that's,
That's why I thought. he was-
okay, all right, no problem.
So it's good.
Yeah.
And then he'll be back on the 31st. So if you want him to sign those, you can put a note
Yeah.
in the system. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Who, anyone else?
Trey, could you put on there for the 31st, the defendant will sign on the 31st? Just so we don't lose them. On page 1, Alexander came back negative. And it's 176 days old, so council's gonna have to.
Yeah, I guess he's out the document.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You know, I've spoken to counsel about that case, so.
What's the word?
He's got a corresponding felony. It's not the same transaction, but it is linked.
Is there an offer upstairs or no?
It's 2 different.
Will that swallow this one up?
Most likely.
Okay.
So I would just, I mean, I'll let him come in. I don't want to.
Sure.
Today.
Do you know what day they got?
It's a nay, that's the only issue. But I said we could reset before the felony to them. And, we'll just reach out to the felony.
I mean, eventually something has to happen regardless upstairs, right?
So
Yeah, you might not be here by that. That's my only fear.
Hey, Judge,
Okay,
for Randall Kinsaya, did we ever make a decision on the outcome of
That's the other
ADR?
one. Yeah, so I'm revoking the bond, 5,001. Thank you, because that's now, I forgot to do a bail one.
Sydney Sexton. I don't know. Well, yeah, I didn't talk to her for an update on the case. I had that you guys were sent the email last night. Approved by Xavier. Because I have to approve the job one sentence.
Hey, can I ask you,
Oh, let's.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Randall picked up our theft in January.
Yeah, sure.
3-3 burglar habitation, 3-13 aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 3-17 retaliation, and then again, a burglary with intent to commit another felony. So picks up literally 4 felonies. 3 of them got dismissed to be used in punishment with the burglary case.
Yeah. See there, Your Honor. It looks like it just was picked up.
I don't,
Attorney Suarez. You ready? We don't need an interpretation. No. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they rolled, Your Honor, that second degree murder into the first degree. And they dismissed the ag assaults and then dismissed retaliation. So all he's got open now is that first degree murder.
that's above our pay grade.
So I guess it's in house DF.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Neely, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right.
Good job. Good job. I'm proud of you. Hey,
I'm very happy. Your Honor.
wonderful.
So either.
He's been clean. I mean, it sounds like he hasn't been using for a while. So, the state, I think, wants one more reset. Discovery's complete. He has the pending felony. That's reset till like May 21st.
That's a little far.
I understand.
And I know that one upstairs will probably swallow this one regardless. So I guess let's give 30 days, see whatever. Hopefully you're still here, but if you can put a note in the system,
Yeah, I don't know if they're just, because it's not the same transaction, but there are kind of the same, it's the same complaining witnesses. And the felony predates this.
This is the neighbor stuff, right?
Yes. Right. So the felony predates this case, but it was filed afterwards and it's the same complaining witnesses, but.
That's what I mean. They're somewhat connected.
Yeah, I mean.
They're not same transaction.
Discovery's complete upstairs too?
I think so.
Yes, Judge.
For the record, I do hope I'm still here.
Okay, so let's do 30 days and then we'll see, come back. Hopefully everything will.
Do we have a required setting or? appearance waived.
What do you think? What do you want?
He's been in good contact with me, you know.
Come up, Miss Alexander. I'll waive it,
Okay.
but I'm gonna test him at least one more time. Let him know. This is not the. You're doing good, man. You're doing good. You're in the home stretch, okay? Just keep it up. I'm gonna test you at least one more time. Don't use. Just stay, keep your nose out of trouble and all is gonna go well. You're in the home stretch. Okay? All right.
All right. Thank you.
I'll wait it for the next one.
Okay. And then if it's.
But he's gonna get called at some point.
I understand.
Okay.
I'll
All right,
tell.
guys. Good luck, Miss Alexander. Yeah, yeah, Rick, let's do it. Okay. John Melendez. And the weapon's gonna be forfeited, right? Okay. Mr. Melendez, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, you give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this is going on your record. You need to understand that from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Anything. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
No more slaps on the wrist. It's a minimum 90 days. So if you're running with knuckleheads, get ready. When you hang with dogs, you get fleas. As part of the agreement, the weapon is going to be forfeited. You will not get it back. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty and I'm going to follow the agreement. Good luck, Mr. Martinez.
Okay, Judge.
Thanks.
For you.
You too.
Courthouse check?
You can run it.
Oh, so for the mother, let me say, you go to 49
Yes,
cents.
so you can go over to 49 cents and take
Yeah,
out.
the judge they'll recognize the those things spells and then they'll take out. If you want to confirm that, you can. Felicia,
Yeah,
right for the or for his.
yeah, I just need a judge to sign the dismissal or the plea paperwork and I'll be good to go on.
Sign it correctly.
Please. And remember, for that one, you need to take that to the first floor first. Let's go. Very first off, right? Where do I go over there? It's the first floor of this. Yes. We're going to the first floor of the bottom, the elevators, you'll see the glass room, but we're going to go. Yeah.
Yeah, once you do that on the first floor, you're good to go over to 49 and they'll take off tomorrow.
Anything else?
Page 11, the pause. Did you ever handle sample? Yeah. Yeah, I said. Should we roll it, maybe result?
Huh? Oh, I was like, I don't know if you're.
Oh, I thought something bad.
The cruise, right?
They pause, page 11. We sent them first things in the morning. You can give a sample.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll it?
No. He's got to give a sample today.
No, I know, but roll it for the
Yeah.
results?
Yeah.
Okay, you got that for this year?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll let them know now.
And I'll email counsel and let her know, she's been checking in on that one. Next one, Judge, is page 24, where, did they make a payment? Did you ever pay the restitution, and you know the probation officer, if you see it. Okay, so let me just- Judge, on page 24, Romero.
Okay. Page 24.
24, Romero has made all their payments, and they are reaching out to the probation officer to make sure it's okay to file a dismissal. But that just happened at 11:39.
He just paid at 11:39. He's supposed to be here.
The messages were sent, he's out there.
Oh,
He
okay.
made the payment earlier today.
Okay, great. It was all paid?
The restitution was paid.
Blaze, did you hear that?
Yes, Your Honor. I pulled that up now, and that's on Romero, right?
Yes.
Do you want to see if,
I just got the email, so.
Nobody's responded, but on my end, has been completed off this class.
Your Honor, filing dismissal on Romero.
okay. Cool. All right, sir, your case is being dismissed. What else?
Next is page 27, Orlando. Oh, Salvatino. I was waiting for Joe to come back into the breakfast.
What did Joe say?
Nothing. I asked him if he needed to approach. He said no yet.
Is the defendant here?
Yes. And I had in February, they were wasteful working on mitigation.
Hey, on Tolentino, do you have the mitigation packet submitted? Bye, Roberto. Thanks. Ciao, ciao.
Joe, motion to convene. Not going to.
Your Honor, I offered to defer on it. Sounded like they were gonna accept. Have not.
I'll text Joe.
Joe Mama.
Her too.
What?
I'll text her too. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Also last one, Joe. I went there and we went inside that's Texas. Hold on. So much fun like that.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They wouldn't burn it up. I thought it I'm like.
Yes.
Yes.
I went to basketball,
Yeah.
they started getting the right. So it was right post COVID.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of fun. This is a big show.
Yeah. I can go with it. Yeah. Oh, it's
Professional way over another one, but from time in basketball, it's scholarship.
You wanna take it?
Hey, we're gonna set Tolentino to plea. So whatever day he wants.
Okay.
Okay. Shreya,
Hi, Judge.
hey,
I just needed to approach on a case that's set for tomorrow for a BVR. It is case number 254-7781.
okay,
So I've been in touch with her. She has been trying to get off work. She's a behavioral technician at Action Behavior Center. She couldn't get off tomorrow morning. So she said she can Zoom in. She can come in Thursday or Friday. I told her I needed negative drug test. She said there's a place today at 4 that'll take.
no. We're gonna do it in our place. I'm not going to Ponca City drug test.
Okay. Is there any way we can carry her to Thursday? And if you say no, I get it.
I'm okay with carrying it to Thursday.
Okay, all right. So I
She must
will,
appear Thursday. We'll set it for bond forfeiture. If she doesn't, then it's over.
yes, Thursday.
You want a cause number?
I have tomorrow's one.
Lovey.
Lovey.
254-7781.
Okay, Thursday, got it.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. Okay, bye.
All right.
Judge Depas came back and it's THC. He just came back. I messaged the case manager, but I think.
Okay, so we'll do the normal 45-day, 50-day reset to test again. What you going? Got anyone else in back?
Okay.
Okay,
All right, I'll let.
that's done. Guys, that's a wrap.
Better.